the distant Murim, there was a Desai dynasty. It ruled over boundless territories. There were 6 great kingdoms among them. Each kingdom had administrative centers, clans. Clans were obliged to pay a tax to the kingdom every year in the form of resources. These clans served the kingdom. The kingdom in turn served the Daki dynasty. And the Daki dynasty served an even more powerful force. This entire world was divided into levels like a huge pyramid. One day, in the capital of the Lu kingdom, a guy asked Xiao Ar to bring out 10 bottles of the best 7-bottle wine for them. The servant asked how many guests are with the guy today. The guy said he doesn't know. When Mr. Fan returns, but I'm sure when he returns the current King Lu's principality will be completed. He promised them that if the king left his throne, the Flying Snake clan would get 1/10 of the old king's wealth. But he had also heard that the old king had a son, so if this descendant of the old dog decided to take revenge on them, he'll have to be killed. The servant asked why would he do that. 5 years ago, when Lu Cheng was 18, he went out and had sex with anything, and no martial arts training. This guy thinks a scumbag like him, who spent 18 years pleasuring himself, will rush to avenge his father? The guy said, what if this guy met some bandits or even something evil, and he died there? The grave's probably been weeded out for years. A man turned to them and told them that Lu Zhenhenging was a good and honored sovereign. You shouldn't talk about him like that, being in the capital of the Lu kingdom, yet they dare to speak so lowly of the king? The servant told the man that he must not be from around here. He apparently doesn't know the local rules, and right now this kingdom is called Lu. But within 3 days, it will be called the Kingdom of Talanth. Soon all this land will belong to General Fan. The man said, wondering who told them about it. That stupid troublemaker and rebel Fong Chanlin? The servant got angry and showed his fist, saying that he would not allow anyone to talk about General Fan like that. The man laughed and said, as the servant suddenly started barking upon hearing such speeches, you can see the Fong family's court dog. The servant got angry and struck a blow and said that the guy was completely out of his head to say such things to them and in front of everyone. But here the man was not afraid and used his fiery powers against the servant and said, no power, only cries of foolish rage. They never even met him. One broken arm is a lesson to his old man. One he'll remember for the rest of his life. The guy stood up for his servant and said, where is it seen that little things like him are rude to them, and ordered his men to kill the airhead? A man sat at a table and said he was being attacked by a bunch of crazy clowns who don't know how to do anything. After defeating all the tomboys, the man went outside and said he had to go to the palace to see how his old man was doing. When they arrived at the palace, the guards asked who was at the gate. This is the territory of the palace. If he doesn't have permission, let him leave the palace now. The man told the guards, not so fast. He's only been gone 5 years, and no one recognizes him anymore. The guards got scared and said it was His Highness Lu Chan. Lu told them to stop, no need for these exclamations. The guards would scare everyone in the neighborhood and wake them up, since it was nighttime. The guard told the man that it was a dangerous situation in the capital and he should leave it as soon as possible. Where should he leave the capital? Did he have to cross so much land to hear him say that? Would the guard let him see his father? The guard showed his hand to enter, and asked the heir to enter the palace, and decided to escort him in. Lu asked the guard if his old man was still alive. The guard said the king had been poisoned. He is unconscious at the moment. No one knows when he will wake up. Lu said that means his father isn't dead yet. He could still be saved. The guard smiled and said that the heir was a joker. The guard opened the door and told Mr. Mo to see who he brought him. 4th-degree alchemist Mo asked the guy, isn't he His Majesty Lu Chen? Lu told old Mo that they had not seen each other for 5 years. How is he doing? Looking at his father, he told Mo that they had made an unimaginable blunder this time. Mo apologized to him and told him that he was the only 4th-degree alchemist in the entire kingdom, and even he is unable to resist this poison. Mo said that the poison that poisoned the king could only be removed with Chenlu pills. Lu took out a jar and asked Mo if he meant those pills. Mo said it right. 1 Chenlu pill was enough to save their master. He asked Lu where did he get so many level 6 pills from. Lu said that Mo didn't need to know that much. Let him give them to his old man. But suddenly a voice came out and the man said he heard that His Majesty Lu had returned. It was a counselor of Sovereign Xochitl. and he said that 5 years have passed and they haven't seen each other. And Lu is still as young and handsome as ever. Can he see that he has enjoyed life abroad? Lu said to old man Zwa, it's been many years, and how is his sealing technique? Zwa said, what's the rush, your majesty? He is old enough for level 5. Level 6 is unimaginable to him. Zwa told Lu that he shouldn't have come back now. Now the king is gone and the city is in turmoil. This is a very dangerous time for a young prince. Mo told Zwa that he was a brainless stroke. Lu came just in time. Did he see that these are pills? They'll rid their king of the poison. That's what the young master brought with him. Zwa was surprised and said that it couldn't be. It's really Chenlu's pills. Their king will be healthy in a couple of days. Level 6 healing pills. You can't find such rare pills in the entire dynasty. 1 bottle is worth 1,000,000 soul stones. His Majesty had been wandering abroad for 5 years. What had he gone through? After all, the kid who didn't want to learn martial arts was now a completely different person. Mo said that their master has been cured of the poison thanks to Chenlu's pills. It won't be 2 days before he wakes up. Lu said his old man would get over it. And now let them tell him what really happened here. I wish he could see who dared to poison the king. At the same time, the king of the other capital was asking what happened. The servant wants to say that his men were killed by that sucker. A servant told Master Li He that he was right. According to them, Prince Lu killed 31 of his henchmen in the restaurant. The head said Indu Zhang said that Lu, the son of King Lu Jinhan, a guy unwilling to learn, disappeared for 5 years, and now reappeared. The head of the Flying Snake clan, Li asked, wasn't the little guy an untrained scum? Missing for 5 years and able to kill 30 of his high-ranked fighters? Apparently he spent 5 years raising his cultivation. To master such a high level in 5 years, the guy's a talent. The kingdom general Lu Fang said that he had stopped stirring up the atmosphere. Whether he's a talent or not doesn't matter. If he's still as petty as he is. Li said that he sees General Fan is confident in his son Fan, a pan-talented warrior. Lu will definitely not be able to defeat him. Zhang said correctly. He is sure it was King Xiang who poisoned King Wang with the poison of the fire scorpion. King Lu will only live 3 days at most. There's no use in bringing that little guy back. General Lu said that all you have to do is wait for the king to die. And the lands of Lu's kingdom would be his. Lu listened to the servants and said that it was the 5 stupid enlightened ones who had done it. Of course, if the only King Lu is so badly injured, no one will dare to say a word to the 5 enlightened ones. Lu told old man Zwa to take this 7 words blade and create a barrier around the palace. We'll have to see what they can counter it. Zwa said that the emperor himself doesn't even have such a barrier. Lu told General Li that he had over 1,000 bottles of gut-cleansing pills. Have him distribute to every soldier in the palace. If they need other medicines, he can inform him at once. Mo asked Lu what he had been through over the years. How many things he had gone through. Where did he get such rare and marvelous artifacts? And with his menacing look said that now he was going to kill. And to avenge his father. Lu realized there was no hell to be afraid of outside. And he'd gone 5 years without encountering a single danger. Only now, for the last 10 days, the overlords have been after him. But how do they know he's still alive? Lu didn't realize that he was still being followed. And the head army told everyone to follow him. As soon as he leaves the palace, they will kill him in an inconspicuous place. But still Lu spotted the men and said they were following him. The men saw their target turn into a small courtyard. Let the soldiers follow him and kill him. But as they turned the corner, the soldiers were surprised because they didn't know where Lu had gone. Why isn't he here? The head of the army says they've been played for a fool, and ordered everyone to take to the air and search the perimeter. Lu said under his mask that no one had managed to track him down yet. He had studied the ability to change his appearance and had honed it to perfection. At any moment, he could become anyone, but anyone below Wang Jin's level wouldn't be able to recognize him. Now that he's rid of the scum, it's time to get down to business. A deadly barrier has been erected around the palace. We just have to wait for the enlightened ones. Kill their sons and they'll run headlong to the palace to die. Li Hao is the son of the Flying Snake clan leader Li He, a renowned womanizer. He can most often be found at the House of Flowers brothel. 9 days out of 10 he's there. It's the weakest on the death list. Initial cultivation level. spends so much time around women has abandoned martial arts. Lu noticed that a girl had come into the room and told Prince Li that it was soon lunchtime. Time for him to get something to eat. But then the girl fell down from what she saw and shouted loudly to Prince Li. The Black Dragon Arena is the most famous battlefield of the capital city of Lu Kingdom. It is also known as the ferocious dungeon of sweat and blood. If Li Jia's son likes to go to the girls, the second target son of the Indu clan Hejong likes to visit the arena. The warrior returned to battle from infancy, a complete nutcase. People were watching Zhang fight and said that there were rumors that King Lu Jinhan would die soon. The man said that all he knew was that the level 5 Earth Spirit barrier hadn't been destroyed yet. But the 4 enlightened ones have been attacking the barrier for days and the king hasn't come out. I guess he really isn't able to, and it doesn't matter to him who's king. Let them not interfere with his business in the arena and all will be well. Lu arrived at the arena and said that, as he expected, Zhang was performing in the Black Dragon Arena. Plus Hua was also here. 2 birds with 1 stone. Nahua, this is Nayuman's son, one of the strongest enlightened ones. Nawin is one of the rebels. Yumina said to Mr. Zhang, he is stronger day by day and he congratulates him. Zhang thanked him and told him to come down and show what he can do. Yumina said he'd come out next time. He should get going now. He'll go to the flower house to get Li Hao. And we'll go out for lunch. Lu approached them and apologized, saying that he was afraid that Yumina wouldn't be able to have lunch with Li Hao. Yumina asked, what does that mean? He's a court guard. How dare he talk to them like that? But then Lu took off his mask and attacked them. Yumina was surprised. From such a nightmarish energy of lust for death, how could an ordinary servant have so much energy? Lu told Yumina they hadn't seen each other in 5 years. And they scumbags haven't moved a step. Zhang said this guy is Lu Chun. Zhang said that Lu was a Sluyuaklam and now he dares to go against him? Zhang used his magic and said that Lu was dead. Lu went through his mania and grabbed him by the throat. Zhang said it was impossible. His wave was beaten. Lu opened his face and told Zhang that he didn't know what strength meant, and slowly squeezing his neck, people were asking, who is he? This lunatic killed the Lord's sons. Isn't he afraid of death? The audience said he's King Lu's son. Is he that spineless sucker? But he disappeared 5 years ago and came back so strong. Here's Lu arriving at the Qin Palace. He said that aside from missing Fang Tian, this is his last lodge. But then the news reached the master that their affairs were not good. The master asked what had happened, and what was making the guard so nervous. The guard said that the prince is dead. Mr. Zhang Fei was killed by Lu Chun in the Black Dragon Arena. But he's not the only one. Prince Not Hua was also killed by him. In front of hundreds of people, the master got angry and shouted, how dare that sucker kill his son? He was ordered to report to Master Li Hei that his son was killed in the flower house. The guard said to Master Qin, accepting his condolences. His 3 sons were killed in the family palace. The rulers were angry and couldn't believe their own words that Lu had killed the sons of 4 lords in 1 day. Li said they should avenge such a thing. He will personally wipe Lu Chun off the face of the earth. They decided that they would all head to the king's palace together and destroy the barrier together. Master ordered everyone to kill Lu Chang at the first opportunity. Standing at the barrier, they shouted for him to appear in front of it and take his punishment. Lu stepped in front of them and asked, are they always this fast? The master asked him, was he the one who killed his son? Lu said yes, it was him. Their sons are pathetic weaklings. He destroyed each one with a single blow. Lu opened his arms and said, there he is, standing in front of them. Let them come and kill him. The master told him to wait, for they would deal with the barrier now, and then he would personally strangle him, and ordered everyone to attack with all their might. And then they attacked all together and broke the barrier. The master laughed and told Lu that now their shield was gone. Master decided to attack Lu, but he had no idea yet what this kid was really capable of. Lu covered his nose with his hands and started cultivating magic, and he used a barrier of blades in the moment of attack. The master was surprised to see a barrier of blades, and asked how he could have such a thing here. Lu swung the boys around and ordered him to suffer. The blades began to slowly enter the master's body and tear him into pieces that hurt him terribly. Li didn't realize what kind of barrier of blades was this that could kill an enlightened one. Lu pointed his blades at the others and said it was their turn. Li and the others told Lu to take pity on them. They've been wronged. They will no longer dare to team up with the general. Lu asked them if they had thought about it. But missing the blades already in the battle, he said it was too late for apologies. The next day, a miracle happened in the royal palace. The king opened his eyes and coughed. Mo said that the king was awake. The king asked him how long had he been unconscious. It seems all the poison in his body was neutralized. What did Mo do to him? Mo laughed and said, "Where could he have such an antidote? His Majesty, their prince has returned. He brought with him some pills. They helped neutralize the poison." Lu came in and greeted the old man, asking if he was awake yet. The king said he was a stupid kid. He left home, didn't he? He finally came back. Lu said that if he hadn't come back, some people would have fallen off the wagon. He remembers an old man telling him to take care of himself. He began practicing martial arts and cultivating his body. All of this was necessary for the safety of their people. His father had also told him that losers like him would bring the Lu kingdom to ruin. Lu told him to look at himself. He practiced for days on end and his kingdom almost went down in flames. The king got angry at his son's words and showed him that he shouldn't talk to him like that or it would be bad for someone else. Lu said it wasn't his fault. He thought his father was working his ass off for the people. He thought the king had long ago conquered the Xian kingdom. He was ready to go out to the bars and throw money left and right. In the end, someone poisoned him. If he hadn't gotten there in time, it's feared Lu's kingdom would have been renamed Fang's kingdom. And if his grandfather knew about it, he would have risen from the grave just to spank the rascal's father. He knew what he was doing, because his father had been telling him that for 18 years. He told his father that it was his turn to teach his father. 18 years ago, while still on Earth, he died suddenly from a long stay at work. As a result, his soul traveled to another world. After moving to the Lu King's palace, he took to training and his cultivation at once. He spent his days in luxury and entertainment. Everyone called him scum in front of his eyes. The reason was because he had moved into the body of King Lu's only son. The dreams of anyone's life were available to him. What was the point of laboring at all? Why did he need to train and cultivate? He was already dead from it. This old man forced him to take care of himself and various practices. In the end, when he turned 18, he left this capital. Leaving the capital, he thought that no one would stand over his soul and talk about training. But such a turnaround he didn't expect. 3 stunningly beautiful masters descended down to him from the heavens. They told him he was a one-of-a-kind talent, and they talked him into cultivating. It was the great master Su Inxia, the lord of the Qin region, strict and incredibly strong. She is chased by crowds of men. Su said that Lu is his dear disciple. Let him take the money and these magic supplies. She'll spare nothing for him. And this girl was the second master Yao Shi, lord of the sacred jade pond. A very cold and dangerous woman. She told Lu to study hard and catch up with his sisters. His little sister jumped on Lu and called him brother. But it always seemed to Lu that she was only seemingly so cold. After all, not only had she trained him, she'd handed him some lovely sisters to be his charges. The third master was Kuyiru, the daughter of Empress Ro. A chillingly beautiful woman, just as strict, a little talkative and a very dangerous woman. She told Lu that he had nothing to be lazy about and sent him always to practice. She always used strange methods against him to get him to practice. Fourth master Hood Dai, Valdike of Xian region and also the head of the Healers Guild, the best pill maker among the 10 regions. She told Lu that next time he would help her with testing new pills. Her apprentice, these tools were created especially for him. How is Lu? Fifth master Jian Qingyin, the best artifact creator among the 10 regions. Lu said he only dreamed of being a major all his life and spending a simple life in luxury. He thought that probably every rich guy goes through these misfortunes. The masters decided to give him a mini lesson of instruction. It was the great master Su, lord of the Qin region, lived his whole life to want more money. Coming to the city of Jian region, Qin Lu said that it was immediately obvious. The city was under the tutelage of a great master. There are so many unusual things around. But all of a sudden Lu walked by the girl and hit her butt. The girl said it was perverted. He's not from around here, is he? How dare he touch her ass? Lu realized things were bad and told his aunt not to scream. Too many people. He accidentally hit her with the hilt of his sword. The girl grabbed him by the robe and called him a pervert again, and asked him if he thought she was stupid. I could tell he'd hit her with his third leg. Lu told her that the more she screams, the weirder her words get, and asked her not to slander him. But then his teacher heard this and asked how dare he? Lu asked the master to let him explain. The girl said it was a woman who mentored this maniac. What kind of masters are these days? How can you educate someone like that? The woman said she's doing business here. Every second counts, and there's no time to listen to her explanations. The woman called the girl a brainless broad and told her to take the money and repeat her words again. The girl immediately calmed down and said that it was immediately obvious that the princess had raised a decent gentleman. It was she who had carelessly stumbled upon him in a crowd of people. The woman grabbed Lu by the scruff of the neck and said it was settled. It was time for them to leave. But Lu's face showed that he would be punished for his manners. Mo told the king to temper his anger. The present situation happened because of the past. He was too demanding of the young master. He lamented about it for a very long time. The king told Mo to tell him what the crazy guy had done while he was unconscious. Mo said that after the king fainted. But suddenly the king heard everything and dropped his cup in surprise. The king interjected, Mo, are these Chun Lu's 6-degree pills? He was able to increase his cultivation to the vicious purification degree in 5 years, 3,000 gut-cleansing pills, 500 excellent pills, and 200 pills of the generosity of the May tree he gave to the guards. Mo told the king that it was just like that. The king asked why he thought this little boy was richer than the king himself. The king said that Lu killed several sons of the conspirators, created a 5th-degree murderous batterer, and was able to defeat 4 enlightened ones. He's been gone 5 years, but suddenly they saw a blaze of light in the street and Mo said to the king, has his son outdone himself again? Lu was cultivating and trying to increase his abilities and take them to a new and powerful level. Rising in strength, Lu felt a sweet sensation. For the 9th time, he felt the strength and power of supernatural being. The world of cultivation is divided into the following levels. He was only now able to overcome the level of purification and reach the level of exaltation. Lu said that the 9 heaven-destroying technique is a strange technique. With samabhasization, he could surpass the degree of enlightenment several times. But such a thing would have to be repeated 9 times. Lu counted and drank the pill and said it was his 9th. He couldn't count how many pills he had consumed, recovering unrestrainedly. The self-mobilization after the 9th time was complete. He wouldn't have to do it again. After 3 days, Lu came out into the light and met the teachers. Zwa said that he congratulated him on reaching the degree of enlightenment. Lu told Zwa that there is no need to congratulate him for achieving enlightenment. He is still in the degree of purification. Zwa told Lu that a few days ago, he had observed a great burst of spiritual energy. To absorb such a thing is something no purification warrior is capable of. Is he sure he hasn't reached enlightenment? Lu said that Zwa was right, he was able to achieve enlightenment, but a few days of self-abuse brought him back to the purification level. Even though he remains at the purification level, his strength is definitely increasing. And it's all thanks to the self-injury technique. In other words, Lu said he's getting closer and closer to supernatural existence. In ancient times, supernatural being was not called a degree of cultivation, but a definition. Blood and chi are like a boundless ocean. Lack of them in the body leads to rebirth. This is what is called supernatural existence. Lu spread his hands and said, supernatural existence is the evolution of life. It is not limited to cultivation levels. Therefore, when he committed a second self-inflicted injury, he was able to destroy the enlightened like pitiful dogs. While the king showed up and asked his son what he had been through in those 5 years, Lu said he had only joined one school. My father will find 1,000 of the greatest masters. They'll teach him all the 2-level barrier techniques. He'll be able to build them like sandcastles. And this is all for him. Taking the gifts, Lu said he was very happy, and he was her student. He had never taught 5-level flags so easily before. Shining rich woman asked Lu, meaning he had enough of these childish toys? She told him to memorize that he had to repeat the heavenly destruction technique 9 times. And after he reaches the degree of enlightenment, he is allowed to go and train with Yao Shi. Lu said that he will do everything as the great master says. Lu told his father that this is one incredibly strong school. Even a simple janitor from that school would break it, old man. But suddenly the king felt some kind of intense pressure. A foreign atmosphere suddenly appeared over the city. At this moment, the king realized that a fighter of royal cultivation level had entered the capital. Mentor Fan Jiangqian said that his royal cultivation will had enveloped the entire city. The enemy had already realized his presence. Jian doesn't care whether Lu Zhen is alive or dead. Lu's kingdom belongs to his father now, and he will always be welcome here. The master told Fang's son. As soon as he finished his father's business, immediately let him go back to training. Fan said his thanks to the master. He would not forget his instruction. The master said well. Jiang shouted to King Lu to greet him. Lu asked him what he was yelling about. What's with the early morning noise? Doesn't he have anything else to do? Jiang asked Lu why he's such a little brat. He came here to talk to King Lu. Mo said his majesty is busy. Let them come another time. Jiang asked Mo, how dare he, the enlightened one, speak to him like that? But then they both used beam eyes, and Mo grabbed his head, saying that his soul wanted to break out of his body again, and used a psychic attack. Lu took out his knife and said to the old man, how dare he come here and in the middle of the people attack an enlightened old man? How did he, a royal cultivation martial artist, even dare to come to the alien realm? Jiang said that the guy was holding a dagger that could break the spiritual bond. Where would a scum like him get such a precious item? Lu said to old man Mo, why is he greeting his guests like this? Let him make hot tea for their dear guests. Mo said that everything would be ready right away. Jiang saw those two brats ignoring him. He told the others to stay here, and he would go teach the boy a lesson. The master says it's fine. Let the old one scout the situation and the barrier around the palace. Jiang got out of his plate and walked towards Lu. Lu saw the old man attacking and used the barrier of the 7-word blade. The old man was surprised to see the 7-word blade barrier. He wondered how such a small kingdom could have a deadly 7-words blade barrier. The old man told Lu that he had a strong barrier, but if he decided to hold him back with this, it's only a grouse. Starkey turned into a Monstar moment and told Lu that he would shatter all his silly dreams of survival. Lu said that he knew that the old man had the power to break the 5-level barrier of the 7-words blade, and he couldn't be stopped by it. He told the old man, since he couldn't stop him, he would definitely drive him crazy. Lu spread his arms and told the old man to break another barrier. Will he have the strength to break 10 barriers? If the old man can handle it, he'll have another 100. And if he can handle 100, Lu will make thousands more. 10,000. He'll have fun with him till the end of the world. In the first lesson of the precepts, the second master Yao, the mistress of the forbidding jade pond. Rumor has it that Yao is very strict and cruel to foreigners. However, she has kind and tender feelings for Lu. She told Lu that the scriptures say to summon lightning that will pierce the body through, and you have to repeat this exercise 99 times. But then she did it, and she struck Lu with a bolt of lightning. Lu told the master that she was confusing things. The lightning has to strike him 99 times. This is the 100th time. That's more painful than before. The master called him a foolish child and said that it was only for the first stage. The second stage is to repeat the heavenly lightning strike another 365 times. Now, it was time for them to continue their training. The old man said it was impossible. One barrier of the 7-words blade on the market is worth over 100,000 soul stones. How could such a boy have so many barrier flags? Lu said he poor old man shouldn't care. After all, it's only a couple thousand level 5 barriers. Lu said rich people's problems. He spends a few thousand a day on such petty things. Now let him try to kill him. The old man said the kid's a rascal. He wants to see how many flags he has left today. After 2 hours, the battle did not end and the old man was already exhausted. From such pressure and strength of the boy, Starkey said how many more barriers he has. He doesn't believe he has more than tens of thousands. Lu asked the old man, would they continue or was he already exhausted? Does the old man seem tired? If he doesn't want to continue this buffoonery, it's enough to say, Lu is the most beautiful in the whole world. Lu said he would consider it a true apology and acceptance of his mistakes. But also, of course, letting him go. The guy told Lu to shut up. Let him not dare to insult his master. How dare he disrespect a royal fighter like that? Lu asked the old man, is Fang Tung his disciple? He is here trying to break through his barriers, and he is sitting there on a cloud showing off how strong he is. Why does the old man need such disciples? The guy said Lu's an asshole. Don't let him talk about him like that. He respects the master. He'll follow him through fire and water. Lu said if that's the case, then let him shout instead of his mentor, Lu Chun is prettier than his jerk, and then he will consider whether or not to release his master. His demands are simple. Just shout it 100 times. The guy said Lu is a little bastard and don't let him get cocky. Lu said the kid's a blabbermouth. He said he'd go into fire and water, but he can't even fulfill such a simple request for him. If Lu was his master, he'd kick out such a selfish student. But then the guy came down and told Lu to shut up. He's willing to do anything. He's willing to do it 100 times over for his master. Lu told the servant to order the kitchen to serve him some food. He would be so pleased to hear his forehead hitting the ground with the most delicious wine. And then the guy started saying that Lu Chun was the most beautiful. While Lu was lying on the hammock counting to 100, Lu said that Fan hasn't heard anything? Didn't he eat his porridge this morning? Let him turn up the volume. The guy told Lu that he was overreacting. People walked by and asked what kind of crazy person exploded in the royal palace. Fan asked Lu, is that enough? He did it exactly 100 times. But then the master came up and asked Lu to let his mentor go. Lu said his head is still intact, so he's not done. Now, let him make another circle. The guy said Lu was a bastard. He yelled his name 100 times. Make him let his mentor go now. Lu said he is always honest with ordinary people. But with rebels, especially the children of those rebels, he is not obliged to honor them. A little lesson in precepts. Third master Ku, the emperor's daughter. Empress Mao is a very strict and cold as a glacier woman. In the secret room of the imperial palace, Empress Bill Lu roped. She told him to listen and told the master, would he dare to miss her lesson again? Lu told the master that it was a mistake. He practiced so hard that he forgot it was the end of the week. He forgot he was a 997th student. From now on, he'll study even harder on weekends. The master told him, it's too late. She'll make him remember what it's like to miss her lessons. But she can't punish him herself because he's her favorite student. So he called in 2 assistants. She said they would entertain him today. Lu asked the master how he could stand up to these monsters. Isn't that what they will do to him? The old man told Lu to stop, and told the 2 of them to shut up. He said he didn't believe the Lutak had many flags. Lu will lose everything he has today. Lu told the old man to keep attacking. He wants to see how long the old man will last. Lu said he had too much of that junk. Great time to get rid of everything. The king told Lu to stop wasting such valuable artifacts. Waste. Level 5 barrier flags are too expensive to waste. Lu said they were just level 5 barrier flags. They weren't worth a penny. The Grand Master gave him so many flags like he needs to wipe himself with them. You shouldn't hold on to those cheap flags like that. His father told Lu to call off the barrier now. Lu pressed his medallion and told his father not to swear. He would do it now. Lu obeyed the king and did it. The king told Elder Jia how far he'd gotten. He doesn't know what's wrong. The old man thought to himself and said, that miserable weasel. You can see he's alive and well, purposely not coming out, laughing while he was dealing with the barrier here. He told the king that he came here to give the king an imperial order. Starkey told the king that once he reads this order, he won't have long to boast about his name. The kingdom of Lu will soon change its name. The old man ordered magic to reveal the order. This is the emperor's energy. The energy stored in the order scroll. The king got down on one knee and saluted the emperor. Starkey did not distinguish himself either and got down on one knee. The emperor told King Lu to listen to his order. He thought the matter over carefully and decided to hand over the royal throne to him. Didn't like it and said it was a great soft paper, especially that gap with the patterns. He'll leave it in the restroom as a memento. The emperor said that Lu is a miserable ant who doesn't know his place. The emperor said that disregarding the order scrolls should be punished. But then the king shouted to his son to dodge. Lu drew his sword and asked the emperor if he was sure. And then, with a movement of his hand, he cut the paper. Lu told the emperor of the whole earth. whoever he was. The emperor told Lu that he was a brave madman. How dare he attack the emperor's shadow? He would soon be destroyed. Lu said to the emperor, if he has the guts, let him come to him in person. In the royal palace of the Qi dynasty, the emperor was angry and didn't know how Lu dared to go against him. The emperor was surprised by Lu's confidence and ordered him to summon Zhou Wuwang. The servant asked who dared to anger the emperor. Heaven had not seen such anger, but a small lesson of instruction from Mentor Lu said that the forbidden estate of the former Lu Shi dynasty. Emperor Lu's daughter, the Jade Pond, sister Mentor Lu Chen, beautiful and talented. Someone came to Lu Jun's room in the Jade Pond. The boy asked who was there. Who can't sleep? He had been practicing all day and was very tired. Lu opened the door and saw little sister Qingchen. He asked her what happened. Qingchen said that she had heard that the masters had taken up his training and his strength had increased. Qingchen said that her learning had stagnated, and she wanted to ask her brother to mentor her, to teach her a couple lessons so that she could improve her skills. Lu scratched his head and said he thought something serious. Well, since she came for it, he's full of energy. The guy stood in front of the Gover and said to His Majesty Lu Chen dare to do this. Their world was about to change. The man asked the guy, is he that scared? After all, the worst thing that could happen to the Lu kingdom would be for the Qi Empire to declare war. The monk said that as long as the emperor is happy, the country is at peace. But if he gets angry, thousands of corpses will mar their land. He doesn't realize what this enmity will bring. Thousands of years ago, Emperor Yuan and Emperor Qi declared a terrible war. The echoes of the blows of their blades shattered an entire city. Right now, Emperor Qi is also angry. He fears that the Lu kingdom will soon be destroyed. And when that day comes, countless people will die. In the palace of the Lu kingdom, the old man was saying, great job, idiot. The end of the entire Lu kingdom is coming soon. Starkey told Lu that insulting Emperor Qi was like sacrificing tens of thousands of people. But then the king himself stood up for his son and attacked the old man. The old man said that Lu Zhen had already lost his mind. The old man said that protecting this crazy boy was tantamount to giving the entire kingdom to the wolves. The king said so what? He'll see who dares to attack his son, and he'll get a kick out of it. The old man told the king that if one son dies, you can always give birth to a new one. But lose the kingdom, there's no way to get it back. The old man told the king to give him Lu Chang. He would take him to the imperial palace. Emperor Qi will personally punish him. This might be the only way to save the Lu kingdom. The king spat in the old man's direction and asked him, what kind of father would give his son to be executed? The king said he didn't care about their emperor, even if his entire kingdom is threatened. He personally stained the emperor's golden dress with the emperor's blood. The king told the old man that he was not a dog like him, that he was willing to wag his tail in the presence of his master. The old man said the king is stubborn. Let him remember his words. He will be the last king of the Lu kingdom. Lu told the king it was okay. He won't have to lose their kingdom. The false emperor won't be able to do anything to him. But then the guy told Lu to leave his impudent speeches alone. He was just lucky to find all those expensive things in an abandoned ancient temple, and Lu already dares to treat the emperor himself like that. One glance from the emperor is enough to turn him into dust. Lu told the boy not to talk about the emperor. One look at a pig like him is enough to realize how pathetic he is. He dares to shout pathetic speeches about his master's power. The guy said Lu was on the edge of a cliff. Wait till the emperor comes, and they'll see him begging for mercy and trying to escape. Lu asked why would he run away, if his fellow students found out that he had tailed off to other lands from the emperor. He'd be embarrassed. The guy said Lu is a cretin who is still living his dreams. For the well-being of the rest of us, he'd rather kill himself. Lu thought about killing himself and said he didn't mind, but he didn't want to do it himself. Lu said his death would be the death of the greatest warrior. Come on, Fantan. They won't use other people in their squabbles. They will show each other their true strength. If he has balls, let him kill him himself. Let him bid farewell to life like a true warrior. The king said it's an outrage. They have a very big difference in level. Even though Lu had reached cultivation level 3, Fong is the most talented warrior of the Lu kingdom. He's out of his league. Lu told the king to better enjoy their battle, People asked who was the most talented fighter of the Lu kingdom. Lu said there would be a different name behind that nickname today. The guy said so be it. It will quench his thirst for battle. Let him remember not to piss him off. The guy told Lu to fight as hard as he could. Maybe that way he'll live a few moments longer. Lu took his attack and smiled, asking, was that all he was capable of? Did he think he had enough strength? But everyone was surprised at the outcome of the fight, as the guy lost to Lu at the end, and was humiliated in front of his father and teacher. The king was surprised to see his son defeat the guy. He thought, why did he think Lu was so much higher level than Fan? Lu said he was sure that Fan knew that because of his father's betrayal, he would end his life before his time. Now his end has come. The commander stood by his son's body and began to cry. But then he gathered his strength and decided to attack Lu, saying that he would destroy him. But then his father took Lu's side and said that as long as he's here, he won't hurt anyone. He's an ordinary level 5 enlightened man. Don't overestimate your strength. But the commander was unable to hold back the king's attack, and was injured. He told Elder Jia to kill Lu Chun. He stood in front of him and began to beg the elder to help him. But then the elder told him to be quiet. The old man told Lu that he had crossed the wrong person. Emperor Qi is really angry. But then Lu saw that it wasn't that simple and told the old man he had time to say his last words before running away. The commander told the old man to piss off. He wasn't worthy of being his son's mentor. The commander stood by his son's body and said it was his fault for not calculating everything to the end. He was responsible for his death. But then he used magic and told him not to be afraid of being alone. His father would be with him to the end. The commander told Lu that they've angered the emperor himself. He'll kill them. Even worse, they'll beg for death. But then he died and said he'd be waiting for them in hell. The king said he'd brought it on himself, and he told his son to go. Lu said he didn't like the heat, and the two of them belong in there. Let's give them a good roasting. The rebellion in Lu's kingdom was stopped for a while, but the problems created by Lu had only just begun. The king asked Lu, did he realize what he had done? Why the hell attacked the emperor's scroll? Turns out Lu is worse than even him. Does he have any idea how strong Emperor Qi is? The king told Lu that he would leave the kingdom and hide in a mountain village, so maybe he could still survive. Lu told the king that it's just an ordinary emperor, right? What's there to be afraid of? He's fought all his life just to be king? Doesn't the king want something more? Lu said they'll wipe this emperor out. The king will become Emperor Lu, and his son will be the new prince. Let him imagine. The king told Lu that it's easy for him to say. He'll kill him by his own actions. He has only reached the level of a level 6 king. He is still growing up to be an emperor. Lu said there's a way. Don't let the king worry. All they did was declare war on that idiot. But then the guard came in and said he was ready to report. The palace's internal guards had fully utilized all the gut-cleansing pills. Most of the fighters have reached level 3, some are already level 4. The strongest warriors are already at level 5. Lu said it's not bad. Of course the pills are good, but they should be practiced to maintain and improve the level. The guard said it was all due to his generosity. Young master, they would have had a much harder time without. The king heard about the gut-cleansing pills. One such pill on the market is worth over 2 million spirit stones. In reality, such pills can be found at auctions for 4 to 5 million per bottle. His son fed them to 8,771 warriors in his palace, totaling over 1,600,000,000 spirit stones spent. Lu said it was nothing, it was the cheapest price to make their people stronger. The king said, what nonsense is that? 1,600,000,000. 18 generations of their kingdom have never earned that amount in their entire lives. He'll cut off his hands today. Stop wasting so much money in the wind. Lu asked the elder, what is he doing? Lu said for the king to calm down and not go crazy. He'll spend the cash. Lu said that while they were arguing with him, he almost forgot about the way they could defeat the emperor. Lu took the things out of his bag and told his father to take a look. These are 2 martial art manuals of the sacred degree. Once mastered, defeating the emperor will be no problem at all. Defeating this emperor would be easy. The king was surprised to hear about the sacred degree art. The king grabbed Lu and interrogated him. Had he just said a martial art of the sacred degree? Lu got angry and asked the old man how much longer he could beat him up. The king said his son was stupid and asked him, "Does he even understand anything at all? The holy degree is something they are completely incapable of understanding." Lu told his father to use his imagination and asked him to go with him because Lu would show him. In the empty territory, the king said that Emperor Ji in his madness would send warriors from other kingdoms here. He was sure that there would be at least 2 king-level fighters. A Lu martial art capable of facing 2 king-level warriors? Don't let him waste his time, Lu asked the king. Confronted? With this technique, he himself could grind them to powder. A sacred-level martial art. Broken star finger, invoking the star flame descending from the heavens with one palm. But here the king was surprised as his son demonstrated this technique to him. Lu asked the king what he would say about it. The king said that Lu hadn't reached the 3rd level of cultivation yet, but he was already capable of using such a high technique. Where did he study really? Lu proudly raised his head and said that it was the merit of his 5 beautiful mentors. It doesn't matter. The most important thing now is to teach the king this secret technique. Lu said that the finger of the broken star is a sacred-level ability. The damage is very high. 1 finger can summon the power of the shooting star. Although the broken star finger is powerful, as long as its speed is low, it won't be able to kill anyone. A servant came to Imperial Palace Ji and apologized to him, saying that he didn't have the strength to keep the Imperial Scroll, causing King Lu to destroy it. The old man said he was asking the emperor to punish this traitor. Let him send his vassals for his head. The emperor laughed and said that this was just some Lu kingdom. The emperor would not tolerate this kind of disgrace. Have them send a message to the king of Xiong and Sha. Have them take over the kingdom of Lu within 7 days. And 7 days later, he will travel to the Lu kingdom to personally attend the execution of the local king. His execution is suicide. After 3 days, at the borders of the Lu kingdom, the guy spotted the enemies and said that they came quickly, just as his father predicted. 2 king-level warriors. The king said that he hasn't fully mastered the 2 sacred techniques yet. It would only be enough for 2 minutes, and then his body would lose strength. Lu asked his father what he was up to. Is he afraid he can't handle a couple of weaklings? Lu told his father not to be afraid. 2 minutes is enough time to take out 10 of them. The enemies were advancing, and one of them told Brother Sha that here was the capital of the Lu kingdom. King Xiong said that this trio was able to catch up with them. Xiong laughed and said, "Outstanding young men, talented beyond their years. Especially the young Prince Sha, already reached the initial level of level 5 enlightenment. The strongest fighter of the Sha kingdom." Sha told Brother Xian not to praise his dummy there. It's his youth who are strong. Heard that Xiong Nan and Xiong Bei will soon reach the royal level, and their blade fighting technique under Master Zhang's tutelage will soon become excellent. Bei told his brother Sha Mu to let them kill more fighters this time. They need to practice. Sha said it'll all be equal. Lu shouted to them at the top and said, "How long are they going to show off up there? All their people can hear their shameful arguments." Xiong told Lu that he has only reached the purification level and dares to talk to kings like that. He sees that Lu Jinhan is dead. Xiong told Lu to call his king, if he was still alive. The king came out and laughed, saying that Xiong was rejoicing too soon. The king asked Xian, did he miss him? Well, the king will teach him a lesson today. Xian didn't believe it and said the king looked healthy. How did he get rid of the poison? Xian said it doesn't matter. Lu Jinhan, he's going to die today anyway. It's better for him to kill himself. Xian said to the king, if they start a fight, his bones will not be gathered into a coffin. The king said, what are they practicing their cultivation for? To grow and become free. One word from the emperor and he must commit suicide? What's the point of cultivation then? What a pity that they had become the emperor's obedient dogs. As his son said, it's only the emperor. There's nothing to be afraid of. Sha said that the king made them laugh. How dare some king insult the emperor himself like that? Does he know what will happen to him? This kind of disrespect is not a manifestation of cultivation and development. And what could some enlightened man do to him? Is he not afraid of what will become of him for total disrespect? King Sha asked. The warrior told Sha to wake up. How dare the king attack his son with a psychic attack? Sha turned around and came to his senses, seeing his father. The warrior told the king that their battle had not yet begun. What man would dare to attack the younger generation first? The king has told them to go with an eye. They will have a deadly battle outside the borders of his city. But then someone turned to Lu and asked him if he was the son of this madman. Lu asked him, what did he want? Or did he want to know about his residency? The guy decided to attack and told Lu that his father abandoned him and left him unprotected. And now he's gonna die, scum. Lu raised his hands and told him to stop. His father just said not to attack the younger generation. The guy said he didn't care and the king's son was about to die. Lu started laughing at him and told the guy that he broke the rules. And he's so scared. But then the guy was surprised to see a barrier of blades in front of him. Lu attacked and said the 7-word blade barrier. It's time to seal it. The guy was surprised to take on the barrier of the 7-word blades, and asked how a nameless native could have such a barrier. The kid asked Lu to let him out now. Otherwise his father will deal with him personally. Lu said, does Mu really think his father will come back? And ordered the guards to have them play with Prince Mu. Lu told Mu that he would be his punching bag today, just as the guys wanted to practice their new abilities. Someone told Lu that enough was enough and ordered him to let brother Mu go. Otherwise, he would chop him into thousands of pieces. Lu asked the guy, does he think he's gonna let him go? No way. The guy said Lu was stubborn and he'd have to finish him off. The guy said that he was a disciple of King Blade Master Jiang Nan. Have Lu let him demonstrate the Royal Blade Technique. The guy said that by mastering the Royal Blade Technique to the highest level, he was able to summon 108 blades. It's a pride to die by his 24 blades that he mastered in 20 years of hard work. Lu said the guy studied for 10 years and can only summon 24 blades. Lu showed a gesture with his fingers and said that he had trained in various arts for 3.5 years. Let the guy let him show him all 108 blades of royal blades. Showing him, Lu said, here it is Zhang's royal blade technique in all its glory. The boy asked Lu who trained him. Yes, and how he was able to reach the highest level. Lu asked the guy, what is it? He can't believe it? Then let him experience the full power of the royal blade technique. But then the blades pierced the guy, and his twin brother came to the rescue. The guy told his brother to run away. He can't stand up to this guy. The guy told Lu that their master is the strongest swordsman in the entire empire. He will avenge him. Du said that those were his last words. And pointing his fingers, he said goodbye to them, and attacked them with the royal blade technique execution. The guard came to Lu and said that he was ready to report their failure. Although Prince Mu is under his barrier, the strength of the royal guard fighters is not enough to kill him. Lu said it was okay, he was the king's son after all. Lu only wanted the guards to gain experience in fighting a strong enemy. He didn't think the guards would defeat him. At this time inside the barrier, Mu was saying to the guards, did they really think they could overpower him? Rotten fish. A caged tiger is still a tiger. They monkeys shouldn't go near him. Mu shouted to Lu to wait for him. As soon as he got out of his barrier, he would beat him to a pulp and make him an obedient slave in the Sha kingdom. Mu said to Lu, how dare he call himself a man while holding the enemy in a barrier? Let him fight him like a real man. Lu told the Mu that he said he'd get out of the barrier on his own. Now he's asking him to let himself out. Mu said he thought Lu was a weakling. All he can do is hide behind his guards and the damn barrier. Lu laughed upon hearing the words weakling and said that the enlightened Mu is asking the purification level guy to let him go. Mu said Lu is a pathetic scumbag. Let's see him laugh when his father dies at the hands of the kings. But then a body fell next to them and Mu told Lu that here comes the corpse of his pathetic father. Mu said that Lu's father was a weakling. Not a minute later, he was destroyed. Lu told Mu not to be confused. It wasn't his old man. Doesn't he think that dark skin and eye patch looks like his father? But then Mu started yelling to his father. Lu saw this and told him to calm down. And when he pressed the button, he let him go. Mu rushed to his father's body and said it was impossible. There were only tears and grief in the boy's eyes. The guard said that their king has been fighting King Xiong for a very long time. He had not yet fully recovered, even though he had defeated King Sha. Lu told the guards not to worry. A good man doesn't live long, but an unkind man thrives. Their old man's an asshole, so he'll be hard for that little king to take down. Here comes the king. Easy on the eyes. You okay? Are we clear? He asked the old man what took him so long. He had time to deal with 3 enlightened men. The people say His Majesty has defeated 2 kings. Long live their king. Long live their king. Lu asked the old man, how is he? How is he doing with the sacred degree martial art in action? The king said he was doing well, but Xiang had wounded him before he died, so he thought he'd have to recover for another 2 weeks. Lu told the king to announce to everyone that King Xiang and his sons were killed by them. Also, to let him know that he used the technique King Jiang blades. He wondered how strong this king-level Jiang was. The guard has asked His Majesty to forgive him for talking, but Jiang is the strongest king-level warrior. I think they shouldn't piss him off. Lu said that no one was going to make him angry. Right now, the strength of their army isn't that great. In order to fight the emperor, they need to get several levels on their side. And he is one of them. His Majesty just killed this fighter students and now wants to call him to his side to fight the emperor? The guardian said it will be done. The king asked Lu if he was sure he could get him on their side. Lu said yes, of course, some petty blade king. Lu said it would be an honor to become his ward. Once he's done, he can leave the kingdom in peace. The king asked him where he was going. Will he disappear again for 5 years? There is no one at home who dislikes him and who is against him. Why run away like this? Lu told his father not to be afraid. This time he'll be quick. He has a beauty to meet. I hear there's the first beauty of the land outside the kingdom's control living by the jade ponds. Lu said that she was only 20 years old, but she had already conquered the entire kingdom with her graceful figure and beauty. He is just short of a maid, so father told him to bite his tongue, and to make sure no one finds out about your thoughts in the jade pond. Otherwise, they'll cut him into little pieces. Lu said he actually had his female students pouring him tea and treating him to goodies. What's wrong with that? Sacred jade ponds. Lu said that he would soon take a disciple from the jade ponds with him. There are so many people and chariots here in the city. He said there are weaklings everywhere. Where can he find a capable student? Lu was surprised to see this fatso. Did he bring a servant girl with him? Or did he come here for selection or just to enjoy himself? Lu told the waiter to find him a girl now. The waiter said they have their own rates here. If he wants a low-grade pig, the price is 18 spirit stones. An average maid is 180 spirit stones. Top level. Lu said to forget and listen. Do they have a holy maiden in the jade ponds? The man said Lu has unrivaled taste. If he wants a pretty girl like a virgin to keep them company, the price is too steep. Lu said he's not asking for a price, but asking her to bring her here. He wants her to pour his wine for him personally. The man told Lu that he's sure he didn't mean to say it out loud and was probably wrong. Lu asked he looked like he could be wrong. He said, bring the holy maiden here. But then he said for everyone to stop talking to this piece of shit. The guy asked Lu how dare he demand that the holy maiden pour his wine? They think Lu has extra teeth. Let him let that be corrected. The guy said that if it was possible to fight in the jade ponds, he would beat the shit out of him, and ordered the guards to take the bastard away now. Lu said respectable, what's the rush? He only said a few words, suddenly so angry. The guy asked Lu had he decided to ask for mercy? Too late. Lu said he wasn't asking for mercy. He's just saying that the fools shouldn't run ahead of the chariot. Lu told them that he was afraid they would all freak out when their holy maiden kept him company. The men were surprised at Lu's impetus and told him they were going to wipe him out now. But then a man came in and told everyone to disperse, and asked who had insulted the holy maiden. Let him show himself. The guy said the asshole insulted his holy lady. The man told Lu to speak up right away. He's the one who insulted the holy maiden. Lu said he didn't say that. He just asked me to call the holy maiden to keep him company. The guys said Lu's an asshole. He is. How dare he insult a holy maiden in front of him like that? Stop wasting time on him. Beat him half to death and send him to the mines. Show that slave. But then Lu saw that the men were very serious against him and said 2 level 5 fighters attacking 1 level 4. Lu pulled out his dagger and asked them had they decided to kill him. Lu cut them open and told them they would have to kill their spirits as punishment for their carelessness. At the palace of the holy maiden, she stood on the roof and looked into a beautiful mirror. She said that this guy was probably the one the master had told him about, a mysterious mentor. But then she saw his gaze and realized that it was that fellow king Lu Chun. She said that her mentor was a troublemaker, But he is a talented practitioner who has studied more than 10 volumes of sacred-level martial arts. He can easily defeat all practitioners of his level. He even managed to make a sacred maiden his servant. Virgo said he is already gaining popularity and will soon be an incredibly influential and famous person. In 5 years, he would return to her to continue his training. That's when he would see him. How she waited for the mysterious mentor, brave and rich, famous and influential. Lu said he was only saying she was a beautiful courtesan. What's wrong with that? Lu said that his puddle maidens are all beautiful courtesans. He wants a holy maid to be his maid, and they have no idea what an honor and praise that would be for her. The people began to be outraged and asked how dare Lu insult their holy maiden. Kill him, and call for a night now. But then the man said there's a frog in the well. Today he'll pay for his insolence. He'll send him to the other side. The man said he was sickened by his baseless insolence and arrogance. The mad fool. Oh, how his huge fists itch. Lu asked him. He says his paws itch. He must have some kind of disease. When people saw that the man had fallen down, they were surprised and did not understand how it happened. He dropped him to the ground with one blow. The man showed his tongue and said that's great. He decided to fight a real man? Now he's gonna show him what a real man is. Lu attacks and says he should go home, and it's time for him to get the hell out. The man asked Li that he's so brave. After all, Faye is standing in front of him. Li knocked him out with a leg drop and said he didn't care who he was at all. He doesn't remember the names of weaklings. Li knocked everyone out and said they were keyboard braves, only able to shout defiant speeches. The mistress asked Lu, was he the one who wanted to meet him so much? When people saw her, they were amazed at the beauty of the Lady of the Holy Virgin. The lady said hello and said that she is Lu Qingchen. She asked, was he the one who was so eager to meet her? Lu smiled and said that she was Lu Qingchen's sister. Lu said he didn't expect her to be so adorable. For nothing he came for nothing then. Lu yelled at Lu and told him to keep his temper in check. Lu says the girl is glowing. He can see that she recognizes him. But then people started telling Lu not to touch her. Odo, he's going to kill him. Lu spat and said that this pack of dogs was making so much noise. They'd better find a more secluded place. Lu held out his hand and said he was inviting her to dinner in honor of their first meeting. The girl was excited and didn't know what to say. People were even worse pissed off and said that this underdog had now decided to also call the holy maiden for dinner. All he'll get to do tonight is eat shit. But then Lu heard him being told that he had overestimated his strength, imposing on their holy maiden. Why would she even agree to his proposal? But then the lady thought and said that she agreed to dinner. And then the people were surprised and left in shock. Lu said it was his first time here. He didn't even know where to go. Let the lady show them the way. People were upset and did not understand how the Holy Virgin had agreed. What the devil? Does she really like this kind of man? At the same time, in the north of the city, in a restaurant, 2 robbers were saying that there was fallen wine here. In his opinion, he sees very strange things today, just unbelievably strange. The guy told the gentleman that the wine was top-notch. What they're witnessing now is real. Guy told Lu that he understood why he was confused. Since this was the first time they both saw the holy maiden of the Jade Ponds pouring wine for someone. Since when did Jade Ponds become a brothel? They can't allow a holy maiden to serve someone as if she were a servant. But then the guys ran out and told the others to all head to the restaurant. They're there. And whoever doesn't get a table, let them bring it in from outside. Lu asked the girl, are these her local suitors? Lu said don't joke like that. There was no molestation in the Jade Ponds. She is not familiar with them. Lu smiled and said that this was it. It was time to teach them a lesson. And then he applied the white mist barrier and ordered them up. People saw the guy activate a barrier. It looks like a protective illusionary barrier. It protects from outside noise and stares. People started hitting the barrier and asking what Lu was going to do with their holy maiden in the barrier. And they decided they're gonna mob it, break the barrier, and save the holy maiden. Lu used his power and said that it was finally peaceful here. The maiden said that the mentor was so rich, he spent a level 6 barrier for the sake of change. Lu told the maiden to ignore it. He doesn't know if the master told her or not. He is very kind and generous. He likes to help people most of all. It was all suggested to him by his friends, whom he once helped. He had no pity for such things. Lu thought, who praises themselves like that in public? Lu told the maiden that he didn't come to her empty-handed. 1,000-year-old spiritual mushroom. If her soul is wounded, this mushroom will restore it in a flash. But even if she ate it healthy, her spiritual power would increase many times over. And some phoenix blood, a purple phoenix sword, small miracle items. That's all he's giving her. The maiden took them in her hands, and was glad of such gifts. But then she told her mentor that she was so ashamed. Lu said it's no big deal, let her take it, he cares about his ward. It's only natural. The maiden thanked her mentor for the gifts, and said then let her treat her to his main course of this restaurant's roasted dark chilin. The people behind the barrier wondered what to do. This barrier is as strong as a turtle shell. He had never seen a barrier like this before. But then they saw the barrier begin to dissipate. They thought, why is the holy maiden so hot? People were asking Lu that he had made them a holy maiden? The purest maiden there would be no more. What's the squelch? Is that really what he's thinking? Will they be able to raise children? The maiden held up her hand and said it was very hot. People began to say that their holy virgin was spoiled. But then the guy in the suit asked them, is he Lu Chun? Let him follow him. The head is already waiting for him. Lu felt an overwhelming force. Is this man really the emperor? People laughed at Lu and said that he'd had enough. He won't be able to create disturbances at the Jade Ponds. The emperor's orb practitioner will deal with him. The maiden thought about the words, will she figure it out? After all, she thinks it was the master who sent him here. The guy said his name was Hu and he was an elder of the inner gate. The head sent him after him. While they are flying to him, he can admire the local views. Lu told Hu to tell him about the situation here, how many kings and saints are here. Hu said that there are only 5 practitioners on the sacred jade Saint Ponds. The practitioners on the way to the Saint Realm are no more than 10. Emperors only 108 practitioners, kings over 1,000. Adepts below the realm of kings can't be counted. Lu said that it was weak, it was just like other sects. Hu said there's no other way. Among the 10 regions, the weakest region is the remote region. Spiritual strength is very rare there, and the land is sparse, nothing grows. Not a good place for practitioners. Lu told the elder, if he is not mistaken, in that lake, covered with golden scales. Lu said it's the ores of dragon scales. I'm sure it's one of the 8 marvelous creatures dragon scale fish. Who said that's right. Look that way live the ruddy rabbits and the other 8 wonderful creatures of the great master. Lu thought. And he didn't expect there were so many yummy things. As soon as he's done with his report to the master, gluttonous rabbits are his, wait for it, who said his task was done, Lu would walk the rest of the way by himself. Lu walked up the steps and saw that he had made it. Lu said to the second Grand Master that he had arrived. Yao said that Su said he left 3 months ago. What delayed him so much? Yao looked at him strangely and said, or does Lu think that she is weaker than Suines and he can relax? Lu said he didn't. He just went back to Deji to check on his father. By the way, the second great master, this 1,000-year-old ice lotus, he specially bought it for her. Lu said he wished her to be forever young and beautiful. Master said that she thought Lu had not prepared. Master said that she heard that Lu has made a mess in the holy ponds. Let him tell me, how is he the local Qin provinces? Lu said that in the holy ponds the locals are too weak. Master said that's what it means? Well, Lu shouldn't be so relaxed about it. Lu will stay here to start practicing lightning body hardening. Lu thought, I guess that body hardening is done with lightning? Fuck that sounds dangerous. Lu told the foreman that it wasn't true, that it was even necessary. He remembered that he'd forgotten his book at the hotel, so he had to go and get it. Master told him to stop what's not like him. He was more cocky in Qin province. He could even make a demon saint maiden his maid. And now he's scared of some body hardening practice? What a coward. She asked Lu how many thunder sphere flags he had. Have Lu let the master look at his supplies. They would have a start on his journey today. She told him to get the inventory bag. Master said that the thunder sphere flags were from level 4 to level 7. Su had prepared him well to meet her after all. Lu knew that wasn't true. After all, he thought Mastre had given it to him to smash his enemies, and it turned out he needed it to smash his face. An old lady who is over 1,800 years old had fooled his foolishness around her finger. Master said that now I could see why Su was praising him so much. Look at that unholy power, tempered order. Lu, I'm sure he's been punishing people everywhere. The master said it wasn't bad on the whole. With her, he wouldn't have to hide his nature. Even if he decided to kill all the servants in the ponds and subjugate the holy ladies, she wouldn't tell him anything. Master told Lu that he would get whatever he wanted, all he had to do was ask. If there are problems, he will solve them. Lu told the master that she was so kind to him. Then his first request, can he not practice this tempering? The master told Lu not to get his hopes up. It's not going to happen. Lu told the master that it's not boyish. The master suddenly said for Chun Yu to show herself. At this moment, from the portal, the girl asked the master. The girl told the master that her listener Chun was listening. The master told her to prepare a thunderstorm tempering for this guy. He would start practicing in 3 days. Master told Lu that he would start with level 4 thunderstorm spheres. Let him warm up every millimeter on his body. Chun said her word is law, wisest master. Master told Lu she had somewhere to go. And let him watch, don't miss a minute of practice. If by the time she returned, she found out he was lazy, she would punish him severely. Chun told Lu to relax. The great lord had already left. She told him to brush after her. Lu said it's Chun Yu's girlfriend, the nearby butler master. He had never seen such a beautiful girl in his life. Not in 1,000 years. Sister. Her smile. Her purest and smoothest skin. Chun told Prince Lu that she was asking him to speak plainly. Lu tells her that he wants to negotiate. He's not particularly eager to practice lightning body hardening. They'll pretend she didn't see him. Chun asked him, is that it? Is he done? Lu thought for a moment and said yes. Chun grabbed him and said it was time for them to practice. Lu realized that there was no way to deal with her. He had to escape immediately. A beautiful cloud silk armor, a high-level defensive artifact. It is sewn from the silk of heavenly silkworms and can protect against a sacred rank attack. Lu said that he would like to give this armor to Sister Yu. Chun said it was very beautiful and thanked Prince Lu. Lu asked her what about their treaty. He remembered his mentor telling him, there are no problems in the world that can't be solved with money. Yui took it and said they are going to practice. Lu said she took his gift from him, but she's still taking him to practice. Isn't this just a gift from Prince Lu for introductions? What does it have to do with his practice? Of course he wouldn't just accept such an expensive gift. Now the practice would be even better under her supervision. She will do everything to make him the strongest. Lu was upset and thought it was beautiful and just great. He gave her a gift and she didn't understand a thing. What a monster she is, sister. Yui said that the Great Lord said that these 3 days, he would master the meaning of thunderstorm body tempering. After 3 days, they would start practicing using the level 4 thunderstorm sphere flags. By the way, Lu brought over 400 flags. So let him not even think of running away from here. Lu said that he only hoped that the damage from this sphere wasn't too much. But then he touched the sphere and was electrocuted. He begged the master to let him out. When will this hell end? 3 days later, the beginning of real practice. Lu asked Sister Yu to spare him. You told the wisest lord that Prince Lu's practice to date had been successful. Master said it wasn't bad. What an obedient student she has. Lu told Master not to mock him looking out of her mirror. She should be fried by lightning too. The Lord said it's beautiful. He's so lively. May Chun Yu keep it up. Yui told Lu to get up. Only 1 hour is needed for him to practice thunderstorm hardening every day. Lu said he was sure it had been over an hour. When can he have lunch? You said he practiced for 22 minutes and 37 seconds. It's still early. It's not even halfway through. Lu asked, hadn't he even experienced half of the suffering? Let her go to hell. Better let her tell him that next time. The next day Lu was running away again and yelling that he didn't want to do it anymore and asked her to stop doing it. Lu improved and said all he had to do was run faster than lightning and he'd stay in one piece. You said not bad. She can see that the prince is already used to the level 4 flags. After a month, Lu said naturally, a month of suffering, more lightning won't hurt him. Master said Lu was a good boy. She thought it would take him another 2 months of practicing with level 4 flags to get used to the damage. Lu said that it was obvious. He is the strongest talent of Qin province. This is nothing. You said that from today, they are switching to level 5 thunderstorm sphere flags. Lu was upset and told the master that he was her favorite student. How could you put his life in danger like that? Master smiled and told Chun she could begin. Chun stood over Lu and said that she obeyed the mistress. Lu told you that he and she were friends. You can't do that. And then you flashed his level 5 flags and Lu was toast and stood under the lightning for a long time and finally told the master that he couldn't take it anymore. You asked the lady that Lu will definitely be all right. Master told her not to worry about him. This little guy will definitely not die. He has a lot of things under his belt. The master said to Yui to watch as Lu took out his gizmos that will save him. Not bad, said Yui. This true dragon potion is a great healing potion. 1 drop of which can cure even mortal wounds. This little guy drinks it like water. Does he have something like that? She was wrong to take pity on him. She shouldn't trust him anymore. Master said it was good that Yui realized it. Let her not worry about him. Don't spare any effort on that asshole. Lu shouted to the master that he definitely couldn't endure such torment. Make her stop. He was asking her to stop. Master said he shouldn't be here. She had heard that he still had several hundred true dragon potions, so he'd have to use them all up. This kind of tempering will continue for another 7 days. The true dragon potions will be enough for just that amount of time. Isn't it beneficial to raise one's cultivation with the money spent on potions? Lu said true dragon potions. He hadn't dared to spend a single one in 3 years. When will these horrible days end already? Lu lay under the flowers and said he was dead. He had managed to live for 18 years and 5 months. You told Prince Lu to stop screwing around. His internship is over and he's free to go. Or does he want to stick around for a couple more weeks? Lu started to run away and told you that he was joking. He's leaving now and won't show up here again. Yui said 26, just like Su said, training this kid is fun. It's just a pity his cultivation isn't high enough. That way they could have roasted him for a couple more weeks. Yui told Madam that Lu's body was certainly strong, but it wouldn't be able to withstand a few more discharges. Madam said that it didn't matter if Lu was a disciple of the 5 great masters. If he really died from lightning discharges, they would find a way to bring him back. Lu started sneezing and said he felt like someone was talking about him. We should get him out of here soon. As people walked by, they laughed at Lu and said he was a freak with a nightmare on his head. Lu stopped and asked him what he said, so he could say it again. The guy told Lu that he just became an apprentice and he dares to talk to their sis like that? They didn't call him out. The girl called Lu a freak and asked, so what if she called him a freak? Does he see himself in the mirror? He's also walking around naked. Shame on him. No money for new clothes? Maybe she should lend him some. Lu told the girl she was a sheep. She can call him ugly, but let her not dare call him poor. But then he gave them the bottle and said that in 5 years, this was the first time he had heard such a thing. Let's see how they'll sing after learning about the level 4 potion of power. The guys didn't believe it and said he was lying. Lu said if they didn't believe it was real, let them come closer and take a good look. The girl picked it up and said it was the color and the smell, and the shape of the bottle. This is a real potion of power. Lu said he did. He's got more than enough of those potions. Sis, if he says he's handsome, this bottle will be hers. The girl said Lu is handsome and stunning. There is no one in their school as handsome. Lu asks her, is that it? He wants more and he knows she can. The girl hugged him and told him he was her prince. The great Milky Way is no match for his majesty and beauty. All the girls of their country must belong to him and be gentle with him. Beautiful, his middle name. There is no one more beautiful than him in heaven and earth. No one can compare to him. But then Lu threw her the bottle like he promised. He told her she'd done a good job licking his ass clean. The girl walked up to Lu and called him handsome, saying that he was a tough brother, a talented practitioner. Her heart fluttered at the sight of him. Maybe they could go for a ride. Lu picked up the bottles and said, this is beautiful. The speeches of the Earth Sisters are very sweet. This is all for them. Let them continue to praise him. Lu went up to one of them and said he would give her the pill if she promised him something. Let her kiss it and the pill is hers. Parks wondered why the fuck all the sisters were freaking out. The rich probably get everything they want in this world. Why is he so poor? The main adept of the Enlightenment level Holy Lands, Chui, told them that they were acting like the latest brothel prostitutes for some potion. Lu said sis is very strong. The potion of power is of no use to her at all. But what will she say about the pill of the broken king? Will she repeat everything she just said? The Broken King pill allows the practitioner of enlightenment to rise to the level of a king in one day. Well, sis, Lu asked. Let her say something nice to him, and he'll think about whether to give her the pill. But then the guy said that this fat girl is always saying inappropriate things. The girl said that she thinks Lu is very handsome. His hairstyle is something new and fits him perfectly. The girl said Lu was handsome. Now I can see why he has so many sisters hanging around him. She told Lu that he didn't need the Broken King's pill yet. Wouldn't it be better to give it to her? Lu said that's why sis came here. He will give her the pill if she promises him something. He wants her to kiss him and the pill is hers. The girl, Lu, interjected. Does he want her to kiss him? Lu said yes. He'd had enough flattering words from the others. Let them get to the point. The guy said Lu was a jerk. How can you use your money like that? Don't let her molest their sisters. The girl said to Lu, can we change the condition? Lu asked, why change the condition? Nothing wrong with a kiss. In truth, he is a very shy guy and rarely acts himself. But for her, he could make an exception. But then the girl reached for him. But Lu said he didn't want to. She doesn't like him? Well, okay. I'm sure there are others who will definitely say yes. He'll go look for them. Why should they rush? She's not like that at all. It's just that the brother is too handsome. She's really embarrassed. Let him come to her. The boys asked Sister Tan not to do that. Here it turned out that she too had been tricked and taken captive by money. Lu pointed to her lips and told her to get closer. Kiss him. Lu asked her, is this her first kiss? He's as clean as a white sheet. If it's not his first, she'll ruin it for him. The girl said it was her first kiss. Who does Lu think she is? Does he think she's a heartbreaker? Lu says that's great. He accepts her kiss. People said Lu was a jerk. Another sissy was tricked. Did the girl tell Lu that she kissed him? Can she now get the promised gift? Lu told her not to worry. He always keeps his word. Let her take it as payment for her services. The girl thanked him for the best pill in the world. Lu said that for her efforts, he was obligated to repay her with the best. But then the girls started telling Lu to let her kiss him. She's a virgin. She certainly won't get him dirty. Lu told them to take their time. Let them all come one at a time. The boys saw that all the girls had become his prisoners of his money. But then the girls sat him down and asked him if he was comfortable. And now they're going to feed him the most delicious grapes. Did the guy say just a little bit of Broken King pills? Why act like that for this? Lu said the guys have a point. It's just the Broken King's pill. He usually gives them to the chickens in the palace. Don't the guys want to try them too? This little brother is acting so arrogant. The Broken King pills are not trash. But then Brother Du came. Du told Lu if he had any extra Broken King pills, he would be willing to trade them for something of equal value. What a knowledgeable man. You can tell he's not a pathetic dog who just barks. What is he willing to trade for? Lu asked. Du said he's offering 1,000,000 spirit stones for one pill. How does he like it? I'm sure Lu won't be at a disadvantage. Lu said he's a man of action. He wants to trade a thing worth 10 million stones for 1 million. Don't let him waste his time. Du said that Lu must have bumped his head so hard that his hair stood on end. Can't he see that his brothers don't like him? He's doing it because his dirty head won't accept good intentions. So the guys will quickly bring him back to their world. Lu said he could see Du had extra teeth. Did he just call him ugly? But then the guys saw Lu grab Du's boyfriend. The guys were hoping he wasn't going to kill him. Why was he heading towards the peak of the Divine Mountain? Hurry up and call the master. Du asks Lu, has he decided to fight them? After all, as he can see, Lu doesn't know how to solve issues with conversation and is trying to figure out a fight. The guys were saying that this is exactly the kind of scum that boasts about his money. Look at the nightmare on his head. He's so ugly it's sickening. He looks like that, he's better off dead. Lu said it's beautiful. It's been a long time since we've had such brave madmen. He'll remember them for the rest of his life. Du asked Lu, is it true? Does he really think he's capable of anything? No need to dream, he's definitely no match for him in battle. Let Lu give up the pills and keep himself alive. Lu started attacking and said that whether it compares to him or not, he won't understand until he tries it in battle. But then Du got injured and Lu asked him if he was ready to keep fighting. The guys saw that their brother Du went airborne from one punch. The guys asked Lu, with such a low cultivation, how did he get such strength? But then they started flushing and said that they were giving up. Lu said he had a bunch of wimps in front of him, and he didn't want to get his hands dirty on them. Just then the guys saw Lu grab their brother Du. The guys thought Lu isn't going to kill him. Why did he head for the peak of the Divine Mountain? Hurry up and call the master. Landing at the peak of the Divine Mountain, Lu said not bad. He had gotten here very quickly. Lu tossed the guy aside and told him to get off him. Du asked why he had brought him to the Divine Mountain Peak Forest. What was he up to? Lu said the guy guessed right. How shiny his hair is. Du asked Lu what he was doing. Lu pushed him away with his hands and told him he wasn't interested in men. Don't let him touch his ass. Lu smiled and said unlucky. He just really likes men like that. He especially likes to electrocute them. Du said electrocuting men? What kind of perversion is that? And then Lu performed a shining lightning dragon dance. Lu told Du that it was just a level 4 lightning barrier. Brother couldn't take it? Du cried when he saw his beautiful hair. Lu asked him how does he like that? Didn't he say it was a freak's hairstyle? Now he's got one he likes? Du said that means Lu got that hairstyle from the same lightning strike. Does he have nothing to do at all? How can he strike himself with lightning? He's a sick psycho. Lu laughed and said that he could see that the guy didn't have enough. Then he should continue. And then a strong bolt of lightning went through Du. Yui saw the strong energy and rushed over to her. She asked Lu why did he come back? Does he want a couple more punches? Lu told Sister Yu that there's such a thing. This brother saw his hairstyle and decided to change his style too. He couldn't get it off his feet, it was stuck to him. So I had to help him. Yui called him petty and remembered that Madame said that Lu was a real demon. But then Head Du heard that his disciple was taken away by that kid. The guy told Mr. King that's right. The guy with the horrible hair attacked him and then took him with him. He took the Du to the peak of the Divine Mountain, he knows nothing else. And then the king headed off to that very mountain. At the Holy Land's practice pavilion, the king was told that that guy with the explosive hair had come down the mountain. The king said he wanted to see him, but when they saw them, they didn't recognize their brother Du. They called him a freak and a disgrace to their entire academy. Du said they're all assholes. Let them pile up now. He forbids them to gawk at him. Lu laughed and said that guy was shy, but then he saw the master, and Du jumped to him to protect his apprentice. His beautiful and incredible hair of a true hero was ruined by this guy. Let the master teach him a lesson. The king said that a master is not allowed to avenge his apprentice. He may be only a human, but he came down from the peak of the Divine Mountain. But then Lu came up to the guy and said he told him his hair was terrible, right? Maybe they'll fix it for him too. But then the guy stepped back and asked Lu what he was doing. At that time, the girl said that this rabbit was getting so fat, he wouldn't be able to run soon. The girl told the others. Had they heard that many adepts were now walking around with horrible afro hairstyles? It's like a firecracker exploded on their head. The girl asked, horrible afro hair? What kind of fashion is that? The girl said she didn't know, some lame trend. But someone here said afro hair is beautiful. How can you say bad things about them? But then the girl saw her brother Du and asked if he still had that hairstyle. He adored his hair, so why did he suddenly have such a nest on his head? Lu got angry when he saw Du and said he was a dummy. He wanted to do things under Du's identity, but when he came out, he met his acquaintances. He almost got burned. The girl wondered why Du seemed so strange to her. But then a guy came over and said that he had been looking for Du all day, and he was here with his sisters. Du asked the guy what kind of question he had come to ask. He wondered, who is this guy? And why does everyone know Du? The guy said that he, like Du, messed with that kid and he fried him with a lightning discharge. Let Du go with him, there's a conversation to be had. The guy told Du that he's not lucky at all. Everyone knows about his careful treatment of his hair, and now he looks like a scarecrow. When he met him today, he was upset because he didn't have that stunning smile shining on his face at all. Du told the guy to cut to the chase. But then the guy suddenly got excited and said they had a chance for revenge. Du said he was interested and from that point on, more details. The guy said he teamed up with the other 9 adepts that got roasted by that creep. There are also a few more Tanya fans. The guys are pissed that that asshole stole her first kiss. They will unite with us to punish that bastard. Lu in the guise of Du asked, and how do they want to kill him? The guy said for Lu to tie it up. No one thought about it. The guy said that Lu came down from the peak of the Divine Mountain. He could be a disciple of the sacred mistress or master Yu. No one is going to kill him, but they have to fuck him up. For example, they'll find a time and hang him naked, then take him to the square. How's that for an offer? But then he stopped and said it wasn't funny. Why doesn't Brother Do say anything? Do said it was a great idea. How many people were there? The guy said 80 people. He made them the laughing stock of the Holy Lands. They must have their revenge by all means. Lu said for the guy to go and gather people, while he would keep an eye on the peak of the Divine Mountain. If it comes out, he would be sure to let him know. The guy agreed and told Du to keep an eye on it for now and he'll go. Tell him to let me know when there's something. Lu laughed and told the guy not to be afraid. He would let him know. But the question is, who's going to set who up? Lu transformed into his former appearance and said that he wanted to take a bite of the ruddy rabbit, except that they were under the constant watch of the spirit guards. Sure, he has the fast travel ability, but even with it he can hit 3 kings, and they're not so easy to escape from. But then he saw that there wasn't a single strong warrior looking after the dragon scale fish. And at that moment he came up with a great idea. The guy who fed the fish told them to eat to their health and get big and huge. For feeding dragon scale fish, the Holy Lord pays 100 spirit stones. Such an easy job and so much money. He would soon be rich. But then he saw one fish being hooked and asked who dared to do that. The guy looked at Lu and said he was an underdog, this wondrous creature of the Holy Lord. But in a moment he stopped. Lu asked, so what of it? He do and the apprentice of the king's master. Some kind of fish. The Holy Lord won't mind. The boy asked, what king's master? How dare he even touch the Holy Lord's fish? Lu said it was his fish now. If the guy wanted to take it, let him catch up with it first. But the guy yelled for everyone to chase the thief and grab him. Lu was wondering how to cook it. Steamed or charcoal grilled. The fish would taste better on the coals. But here the true Du was coming to meet him, and seeing his appearance he asked, who dared to turn into him? Du told the guys to bite his pathetic tongue. How dare he even take his appearance? But here Du said he's about to pay for his evil deeds. Let him show his true nature. But then Lu couldn't help himself and launched his attack, saying that this guy was weak and flew away from his one punch. And he dares to call himself Du. Lu said that we can't leave his body here. It will affect his business greatly. He'd better seal it in this cave. Placing Du in the cave, he said that nothing would bother him now. Now he's going to go get some more fish. In the practice room of the Holy Maidens, the girl asked how her practice was going. The girl told the master that she had no problems. Master asked what little Lu had done again. You remembered that when she met Du today, he seemed like a brother who had taken Du's form. Yui said nothing is wrong. She just seems to be too worried. Master said that she knows her disciple well. That asshole likes to do things. Don't let her worry. Yui asked the master why she thought she was pleased with his behavior. Master said no. She only wants him to fight someone or steal artifacts. It's part of his practice after all. He is her apprentice after all, and she watches him closely. Lu said dragon scale fish, the flavor of childhood. So much of it. Taking a knife he said to quickly open the belly, take out the insides, peel off the scales, and separate the meat from the bones. Cooked fish on low heat. A little cumin, cilantro, green onions for flavor. Such a big fish. So big enough to boost his energy levels and break through to the next level. But then Du asked Lu why he tied him up. He's sitting here eating fish. Is that dragon scale fish? Du said that's what Lu was up to. But why did he drag him into it? They're not even at odds with him. Lu told him to shut up. It's none of Du's business. Let him sit quietly and watch him enjoy the wonderful delicacy. Lu said that Du's face came in handy. While he was lying there passed out, he stole some more fish for his father. Seeing the delicious fish, Lu said, less words. And it's time for him to enjoy with this beautiful fish he cooked. But then Yui came in and said she smelled a very delicious aroma. What is he doing here? She asked. Yui asked Lu what he was eating here hiding. Lu got scared and said that Yui had scared him. He said he was eating fish and let his sister join him too. Yu opened her mouth and Lu gave her a fish too. Lu said she was very unemployed. He would still be here to feed her. You said it's delicious. Is it dragon scale fish? Isn't Stingy Sien breeding them? Lu said what kind of name is that? And what did it have to do with fish? Yui pointed her fingers and decided to see what really happened. And then she moved to the city and listened to people saying that someone had stolen the dragon scale fish. Some people heard it was Du. He sees her loitering around in her spiritual guard uniform. Have him look for the thief who stole the fish. The girl said, Stingy Xian, did you hear that someone stole his fish? When he was asked, he didn't dare to share it with anyone. But now someone stole it from him, so? Xian said, she's an evil woman. If she doesn't want to help, I don't care. But don't let her criticize him. You came to the cave and said that Lu is strong. Stole the precious fishes, Stingy Xian. Lu said he understands now. Who is watching the fish? Sister Yu, let her not pay attention, they better eat the fish. You said the name of Xian's stingy practitioner is Feng Xian, a very greedy saint-level practitioner. Because of his stinginess, they nicknamed him Stingy Xian. Only when the Holy Lord orders him can he give away 2 fish. Today, taking a bite of dragon scale fish is a great reward. Lu said that's what it is. Then what's she waiting for? Let her start eating him right away. You don't get to taste that all year long. Lu said that Yu is overdoing it. Let her eat this kind of food once a year. Let her respect the boundary. But then she held out her hand and said that Lu himself knew what an incredible flavor this goldfish had. But Lu took her hand away. Lu said that while they were talking, he didn't even taste a bite. You said Lu is very greedy, acting like she won't let him eat. What an appetite she has. Now I know how she grew those breasts. And let her call him Handsome Chun. He's not stingy. But then Lu looked at the table and said it was his turn to eat. But he saw only the bones of his fish. How did she manage to eat it all? Well, that's how he got to the middle level of enlightenment. He had no idea how much energy there was in just one fish. He hadn't even tasted the meat, just enjoyed the brain of the fish and raised his level. You can't throw away the bones, they'll come in handy. Lu asked Du if he wanted one too. Du asked him surprised, what does he offer him? Lu asked him if he had breakfast before he caught him. Du asked Lu what he was trying to do. Lu said that the guy didn't weakly cover him up like that with his face, so he will get dragon scale fish bones as a reward. Du said Lu was dreaming. Is he his dog? Even if he starves to death, he'll never eat a bone. Dragon scale fish is one of the 8 ancient delicacies. Even the tangerine immortal can't compare to its taste. He had only heard stories of its incredible flavor. But then Du took the bones in his mouth and said it was delicious. It really is dragon scale fish. Even the bones taste great. Du said Lu is his awesome brother. Let's go on a new fishing trip. He's looking forward to Lu sharing some real fish meat with him. Lu said they'd still have time to eat fish with him. Du should be resting now. And he has things to do actually. Du told Lu to remember to bring the goodies. By the way, why does he call him Duze? Is it some kind of ancient nickname? He wondered if he had gathered those 80 disgruntled practitioners to battle him. Lu said it was worth it to teach him and the boys a lesson tonight. See him try to punish him. Against these guys, he's not going to use his spiritual power to change his appearance. He'll use the amulet of doubt. That way, everyone will see him as Du. Lu walked up to them and asked the guys how their training was. The guys saw Du in him and asked, did he follow that creep? The guy asked Brother Du, did that goat come down the mountain? Lu said he came down, he sent the guys to follow him, and let the guys warn the others. He will wait for them here and together they will go after his head. The guys said he's going to go and get everyone together soon. And now they'll let the rest of the guys know. Lu saw a company of guys and was surprised there were so many of them. They said they were going to punish that bastard today. They'll catch Lu and make him kneel. Lu saw that the guy said there'd be 80 people. But there's over 300. They're too tough. When did he get them all so bad? How did he get so many opponents? Lu told everyone to follow him. He would show them the way to that goat. The guys started asking what was taking them so long to get there. This asshole must like to hide in all kinds of secret places like a rat. The guy said Du told them it wasn't far. They've been walking for half an hour. When will he show up? He asked Du's brother where Lu had gotten to. Lu told the guy to take his time. Now they will come to the spot. But then he used his powers and let the lightning fly. The boys were surprised and asked, where did the lightning come from? The guy asked who decided to attack with lightning. Make them stop. Wait, that's a lightning barrier. Someone decided to set them up. Lu told them not to worry. He's familiar with this barrier. It can be broken by going up in the air. Lu laughed and said that these idiots really think you can avoid lightning in a thunderstorm. Bunch of idiots. 300 brainless pigs. But then they got hit by a hard lightning bolt and were begging for someone to save them. An hour later, the guy was saying he only came here for company to make a fuss, and he got this discharge and this horrible haircut. Lu told them all to calm down because he got one too. How are they all doing? But suddenly he said he was thinking. Every one of their brothers knows what they were about to do. It seems there's a traitor in their midst. But then the banter started, and the boys were surprised at Lu's words that they had a traitor. Lu said that there are so many of them you can't count them. It's very easy to spot from a distance. So he sent his spy into their ranks and reported to him every move they made. And so they fell into his trap. Lu said there were brothers among them who didn't have much of a beef with that guy, just went to make a fuss for company. It's so easy to bribe everyone with gold. And he personally saw that goat bragging about his wealth. That's why, Lu said, he figured there was a devil among them. They should take a look at their neighbor and think hard about whether he set the other brothers up. The guy said he's definitely not a traitor. If you looked at him, you'd think he'd set it all up, said the other guy. Lu stepped aside and started laughing, saying they were a bunch of retards. They'd let them deal with it. Lu, walking up the stairs, said that they had enough once. If they wanted to deal with him again, Lu would use a level 5 lightning barrier. But before entering the cave, Lu saw that there was someone here. So it's the sis. He asked her how she found this place. The girl said nothing, and sat down at the table and began to show off her sword powers. But Lu didn't understand what she was doing. Lu said he didn't expect his sister to be such an outstanding musician. But then the girl said that her brother was back. Lu told her that this song of divine blades, the legacy of a great master. You can see how advanced she is in this technique. She's no match for ordinary enlightenment practitioners. The girl said her bro just shines in the Holy Lands. His explosive afro hair is just trending in the Holy Lands. Lu laughed and said he made a bit of a fuss of them here. The girl said she found Du here, and he was sealed behind a barrier for some reason. Du begged her to let him out of there. Did he happen to know who locked him in there? Lu got mad and called Du a useless asshole, and he asked his sister she didn't let him out, did she? The girl said she didn't. Lu petted her and told her she was a big smart girl. Don't let her think about him yet. He still needed him. And don't let her tell anyone, and he'll give her a treat. The girl told Lu to take his hand away. If he does that to her, she won't come out of her height. Lu took his hand away and apologized to her, and said it was time for him to study. He sat down and said it was time for him to go to the next rank. In addition to money, he has plenty of level 5 lightning barriers. This method will help you raise ranks quickly, but it's just too painful. But then he got a little distracted and an idea occurred to him. Steamed seaweed, roast duck, roast chicken, jamanchik. 3 days later, Lu was exhausted and said he was finally done. The distraction works great, except now he's hungry. Lu said that with his current level, he is quite capable of stealing ruddy rabbits. Why not? He'll take on Du's appearance and get down to business. In the gazebo in the Holy Lands, the girl said that questions on sound and tone were always difficult for him. She asked Sis to be her teacher. The girl told her sister that she shouldn't praise her so much. She would soon be able to handle the field herself with ease. But then she saw Du behind the bushes, and she wondered what he was doing there. He was behaving very strangely. The guy who stole the dragon scale fish? Is he wanted by everyone, and he's walking around so brazenly? The girl thought, and it seemed strange to her. After all, Du was locked in the cave. Did Lu really let him out? Du stole the dragon scale fish. Lu probably doesn't want to mess with him, so he let him out. Lu saw that this land had very tight security now. There were less people last time. The ruddy rabbits are right in front of him, but he feels that there are at least 2 king-level spiritual guards here. Besides them, there are about 7 to 8 other spiritual guards in the area. It's probably because he stole those fish. I don't care, he'd better go back. Those rabbits can't be stolen now. We should come up with a better plan. Du got up. Lu said he was early. Any fish today? Lu said he wanted to get something better today, but he didn't expect the security of the ruddy rabbits to be so strong. There will be fish today. Did he want to steal the ruddy rabbits? He realizes that with his face, he is already guilty before one saint. He decided to make more trouble. Lu told him to watch his mouth. Du is a glutton like him, and the last few days all he talks about is dragon scale fish. Lu said that he would cook the fish with a new recipe today, and Du would get nothing again. Du wiped his saliva and said he wanted a fish too. He was joking Lu. You can use his face all you want, he would do anything for fish. Lu told the guy to shut up and not to distract him. At this time, Lu said to cook the fish in water for 30 minutes. Then add pepper and water. But then my sister came in and asked Lu what he was cooking. It smells so good. Lu said he promised her he would treat her. Sit down. They are going to have a wonderful dinner tonight. The girl said Lu is a real cook. Looks delicious. Isn't that dragon scale fish? Lu said the girl is smart. The girl asked Lu if he was the one who stole the dragon scale fish. Lu stopped her and said don't blame him stealing Duyi's fish. The girl said that everyone suspects Du and he is the one stealing in his guise. Lu put his hand on her head and said she was his student. The smartest. The girl said how much more she had to tell him. Stop touching her head. She's not a child. The girl asked Lu why he stole the fish. Lu laughed and gave her a taste and said she would find out. The girl said the fish is so delicious. So much spiritual energy and the flavor is just magical. This kind of delicacy can't be found anywhere else. Except there are plenty of them in the holy jade ponds. Why don't they steal a few? But behind the boys, Du mooed and begged them to give him something to eat too. Lu said that Du wouldn't get anything today. But then he saw his finger and asked Lu what it was pointing at. Lu saw his little sister gorging herself at the table. She said the dragon scale fish was superior in taste. How come they're so fast? Girls in the Holy Lands are such gluttons. For the second time, hardly stolen fish with only bones left. Sis said it's a great delicacy. And Lu is a true gourmet and thanked him for the invitation. Lu said the main thing was that she liked it and he would figure it out. Lu looked at Du and said that the bones were left for him, so let him remember to do the dishes. Lu asked his little sister if she minded going for a walk. The girl said okay. She just wanted to talk to him about something. The girl tells Lu that a couple of her friends were discussing him today. One of them knows him and wants to challenge him to a duel. Lu asked who is so bold what wants to challenge him to a duel. The girl said his name is Zhou. He is a 38th disciple of a saint. Has already reached the peak of exaltation. In the Holy Lands, he is ranked first in the ranking of exaltation level practitioners. Rumor has it that he is capable of overpowering the practice of enlightenment. The saint's favorite disciple. Lu said that judging by his accomplishments, he was nothing special. But why would he want him? The girl said that he is a narcissist, thinking that if he has achieved the first master among the exaltation practitioners. She told him about his accomplishments. Maybe that's why she wants to challenge him to a duel. Lu said that this Zhou was most likely her opponent. The girl said that she just happened to tell him about him. Who knew he would decide to challenge him to a fight? They men are so strange. Lu said her sister is stupid. When another man's name is heard out of her lover's mouth, it makes anyone angry. The girl told Lu to ignore that fool Zhou. He's got a mind of his own. Lu said then everyone would think he was scared of him. Sis, what's underestimating him? Hadn't he fought against evil in every damn Qingyu hole? His enemies were much stronger. Some praise practitioner isn't even close to being his opponent. If his old adversaries heard him, they'd laugh their asses off. Lu said for the girl to answer him. How well does she know him? Where does he live and does he have bodyguards? The girl asked Lu why would he do that. While Zhou lived outside the Holy Lands, he had a very strong guardian. But once he came here, he was no longer protected. She had also heard that he was planning to have a competition with other practitioners on Mount Xian. But Lu immediately went to meet him and asked if he was the one looking for him. Zhou asked Lu what he wanted. Lu said that he wanted to refine it. But since it was him, Zhou could start fighting him like he had dreamed. Lu attacked and said that he came for Zhou's head. But Lu didn't expect Zhou to repel his attack. Lu said it was impossible. He is a mid-level exaltation practitioner after all. How did he manage to push him away? Zhou asked him who he was and what he was going to be. Lu laughed and said the guy is good. Withstood his punch and doesn't even vomit blood. He's a former strongest practitioner of exalted Holy Lands. Laid down his reputation. Zhou said since the guy won't talk he doesn't care. We'll have to use the Imperial artifact. Zhou accepted this artifact and said that whoever this guy was, he was finished. The Imperial Seal of Lord Yanwang. Zhou said for the guy to accept his death and activate the death mark. But here, Lu also used an artifact and told the death marker to dispel. Zhou was surprised to find out that this guy also had a death mark. He deactivated his attack so easily. Zhou said that only a higher-level artifact could deactivate the attack of an Imperial artifact. Does he really have a holy-level death marker? Lu said yes, it's a holy-level death mark. Now Zhou is going to get his breadstick kicked. Lu told Zhou that next time let him do everything in the exact order. Faint first thing. Dare to attack him. Not knowing that he has more space than him, Lu said that while he controlled the power, if he happened to summon his holy guardian, he would immediately appear. Lu used magic and said this kid is in his pocket. He will hide it in his pouch first and see what the event in the square is all about. In the Aaron of the Holy Lands, everyone was asking where was Zhou Yan? Did this guy run away from the battle? The man asks what's going on. The enemy has been waiting for an hour for Zhou. Feng told Mo to go to his room and check what their bunny rabbit was up to. Lu came and said there was no need to waste time. He had a letter from Zhou. Some stranger handed him the letter, told him to give it to them. The letter told Master Feng that his mistress was being held hostage by him, and as ransom he was demanding 10 dragon scale fish and 2 carmine rabbits. When could he expect payment? Feng said this guy is a bastard. How dare he blackmail him? Let them not dare to kill this rogue. Killing him will be his pleasure. Feng said to tell Lu the name of the person who gave him the message and then he'll spare him. Lu said to stop talking nonsense. He's just an ordinary passerby who gave him this paper. What's he got to do with it? Feng said that means Lu doesn't want to be nice? I guess I'll have to play with him a little bit after all. But then someone asked Feng, is he that confident in his abilities? He is the first disciple of the wisest lord. Does he really want to challenge him? Isn't he afraid of being skinned alive for such stupid antics? Feng asked you, what is she talking about? That hairy-haired first disciple of the wisest lord? Feng asked Lu, is his master really the sage Yao Shi? Lu laughed and asked him, what did he think? Feng didn't expect Yao to have such poor taste in selecting disciples. What kind of ignorance? He asked Lu where he got the letter from, but then a guy ran up and told the master that he had a message from Zhou. Let him take it and read it. Feng said that the thief was well informed. He only had 42 dragonfish left. Giving away 10 at once is just robbery, and 2 rabbits on top of that. The servant told Feng to let him. He thought that there was no need to rush. They should see how the criminal reacted first. And already if he shows his nose, they will catch him in one fell swoop. Feng told Mo to go and get everything ready. Mo said that he managed to find a great hiding place in the cleft of the celestial space. He would have to work pretty hard to find it if it was below the holy ground. Feng said for everyone to watch and learn how to handle money. The first day Feng saw that the sun was already setting. Why isn't this brat here yet? On the second day, he wondered if he had gotten it mixed up. But the message had clearly mentioned a vacant lot with a wooden peg in the center. On the third day, Feng said, he was bored. As soon as they caught him, he would go to Dongshang and get drunk to his heart's content. Feng kept waiting and Mo told the master that another letter had arrived. Feng took it and asked what was in it this time, but it said that Zhang had found out about the ambush, and that was why he didn't want to come. He could just leave the ransom there and go back to his business. Feng got angry and said, what the fuck is he doing? This idiot definitely has a problem with his head. Lu was sitting at his place eating an apple and saying, if Feng spends another week there, he's definitely fucked. Of course he's not going to not go there or he'll break all his fingers. Lu said he had no idea what Feng was doing there, but he wanted to chat with her in person before he left. The girl asked Lu what was he muttering to himself. Plus, his shadowy assistant. Lu told her not to say anything stupid. Could her little brother really be that bad? The girl asked Lu who he was noodling around like she didn't know who he really was. Lu said he felt a strong energy. Did he really come back? Lu met him and said he thought Feng was away on business. Why did he come back? Feng told Lu that he had gotten the message. Let him look at it too. Lu asked why the letter was so long. And what do you mean leave the ransom to him and he'll fly in a free minute to pick it up? Feng said he didn't understand much either. Everything he demanded was inside. Lu could take it. Lu said he asked Feng to excuse him, but he didn't want to die now. He had a few more years of life in his plans, and with this bag he would be killed in the nearest alley. Feng told him not to worry. He had sworn by all the saints. He certainly didn't benefit from spreading such things. He had already lost the battle. All he wants right now is to end this whole situation as soon as possible and solve his problems. He won't send anyone after him. Feng said that Lu is the disciple of the wisest lord. He wouldn't dare to go against the holy lord and disregard his safety. So they will see each other again. Is he leaving already? Then so be it. I'll have to do the good deed after all. What a pity he was too quick to admit defeat. He thought Feng would last a little longer. Lu said that since his master handed him the ransom, he could go back. Now he was useless. Lu said an old man doesn't have to know everything to stay on Atron. The guy said that's right, and he'll help the true emperor in any way he can. The girl asked Lu, didn't he talk about Zhou Yang? Lu said never mind. Let her not forget who he is. His little brother is a great figure. The girl said okay. But she still had one question, why did he need so many dragonfish? Lu said he's going to his father's grave to honor his father's memory. At least let him taste the good stuff there. He gave one thing to the girl and said he was going home. The girl asked, is this the Guandu sacred rune? Lu told her to use it after he left. He's in a hurry, so there's no time for a long goodbye. They'll see each other again. The girl said Lu is very lazy. He treats her like a six. Remembers only when he needs something from her. The girl thought, where is Lu's home? I'll have to visit sometime. The king said the rumors were true. The boy really is a master of Go. And then he thought, why hasn't his son returned yet? Without his presence, nothing can be accomplished. The king said that in 3 months, he has never been able to beat this guy once. All 3 months he has been testing him by playing daily Go games, and according to his observations, he is quite calm and his condition remains stable during the game. The guy told the king that he thought there was no chance of getting even. The master returns today. The king thought of his asshole son and said loudly, why isn't he in the Lu kingdom yet? Lu saw his house and said he'd finally arrived. I wonder if the old man missed him. Walking into the room, he loudly told his father that he was back. The king said he already knew Lu was back, except why so late? He promised to be gone for 3 to 5 days and ended up being gone for 3 months. Lu told his father it wasn't worth talking about. He wanted to get home as soon as possible, no less. The guy asked, is he the same Lu? Who taught him the Qian sword art? Lu asked him, who is he? Why should he answer him? The guy said he'd answer for himself in that case. And without a word, he took to the air and showed himself in all his glory. Lu realized that it was a sword. No wonder he is called the first sword master in the entire empire. He's afraid to even imagine how long it took him to train. Lu realized that this guy not only knew about Qian's skillful sword technique, but also mastered it. Everything was shaping up just as he thought. Lu said that only a sword could resist a sword with a sword. Fortunately, he is not shoddy in this matter either. Lu thought that he still couldn't understand how such an uncut diamond could appear in the middle of nowhere. He said that the sword is like water. It's almost impossible to stop it. The boy was surprised and asked how? Was it possible to materialize such a powerful sword at his level of spiritual rebirth? The guy just went crazy at what he saw and asked Lu how old he was. A real genius. He realized that the 3 months of waiting were worth it. He had found a real treasure. The guy said that now he understood why his apprentice lost. And then he suggested to Lu that he should become his student. But Lu showed a cross with his hands and said he refused. The guy said for Lu to think again. He can train him in the art of swordsmanship at the imperial level. When the time comes, in front of him like a dog on his hind legs. Lu said he already has a teacher. Besides, he might as well teach him something. Besides, the guy was trained in the art of swordsmanship in the imperial palace, right? He became such a master thanks to the resources provided by the position in the imperial palace. Later on he moved to the wasteland for some reason, he remembers correctly. Lu said that with all his talent, did he really still get banished from the imperial palace? The boy asked Lu how did he know. He was pretty sure that no one knew about his training in the imperial palace. The guy said that Lu was right. He was indeed banished from the palace because he refused to submit to the emperor's will. And after his exile, he was forbidden to step on the territories belonging to the emperor. So he was forced to move to this part of the continent. And since Lu belongs to the imperial palace, since he knows this technique, he doesn't want to get involved in these matters again. Lu told him not to jump to a conclusion and suggested he make a deal. Let him destroy Emperor Qi and help his old man ascend the throne, and he, in turn, will allow him to return to the imperial palace on the same terms. The guy said that although Lu is young, he recognizes that he can be recognized as one of the best sword geniuses in the palace. It is not in Lu's power to overturn the order issued by the previous emperor, even if his teacher takes his place. Lu said that at this point in the imperial palace, he can control everything in the imperial palace. If he says he can return it on the same terms, if a guy doesn't want to believe him, said Lu, let him then believe this magnificent and beautiful sword. A silver Excalibur? Lu wields such a powerful weapon? That's impossible. He really is a genius. Guy thought, how is this possible? Lu had subdued a silver Excalibur that even the best swordsman from the imperial palace couldn't even come close to. Lu asked the guy, is that bad? There he is, in front of him. Come on. Get the guy to say yes. The fellow said that in that case, since it was the swordmaster's will, he had no choice but to accept it. The king watched and wondered what his son and the boy were discussing. What was so top secret that even he was not allowed to know? Lu said he's got it all worked out. Old man, he doesn't need to know. Let him get ready to take his place on the imperial throne. The king wondered when they had time to be friends. He said he thought there was something he still needed to know. The king said they planned to overthrow the emperor. The decision is too hasty. There's no telling what will happen. Lu said it's okay. They'll be fine. Just let him give them some money. They'll be fine with 985. The king said he didn't think it was a good idea. How do they plan to overthrow the emperor? They are now outnumbered. Is he going to rely only on their trio? Lu said that maybe the other emperor sees him as a serious threat. Last time he sent 2 thugs after his father. He hates him so much. It's time for him to strike back. The guy said the claim about their numbers is not unfounded. He has one kid in mind who's on the same level as him. His name is Lin. Lu asked who it was. Was the king surprised to hear about Ling Chen? Wasn't he killed on the emperor's orders? The guy said he was a great master, practicing a secret soul transfer technique, so even if he was killed, he could be reborn. The king said that since this was the case, let him call his acquaintance. They could definitely use a good craftsman. The guy said okay. He will get on it immediately. The king told brother Jian to come back quickly. Now that they were alone together, what else can he do? How strong is his son? Lu said, didn't he tell you? He's revered by the guardian of the Star Bull himself, and his gatekeepers can rush into battle at his call. The king said, Lu, then why doesn't he bring in some gatekeepers to help solve the manpower shortage? Or is he calling gatekeepers janitors who are only good with a broom? But then Lu remembered that he has a pretty interesting past, but he wants him to play mother's daughter to the emperor or something. Emperor Qi had said for them to subdue the autumn sword halfway. The man said, to his majesty, the ruler of the demon city and his ally have entered the palace and are requesting an audience. King Zhou greeted his majesty. Demon King Wang had also arrived to see the emperor. The emperor said that the two of them would go to King Lu's palace and meet the sword master. If he values his life, he will accept Qi Han as his apprentice. Otherwise, have them bring him his head. Wang had told the emperor that he could go there alone, as he had wanted to settle the score with the sword master for a long time. The emperor said that the sword master's abilities are many times greater than his, so the two of them will go there together. And don't even think of embarrassing the emperor there again. Lu cooked himself some fish for dinner, and suddenly the king came in and asked what he was doing there. What smelled so good? Lu said it was a fish with dragon scales. He got it especially for his friends. The king said it was not for nothing, and his son is good. The king said that Master Jiang and his buddy were just in time. Try it all together and friendly. But here, Jiang had yet to enter and said, what is that smell with dragon scales? This is one of the 8 treasures. Where did Master Lu get such a thing? Does he really realize that this is Master Lin? His secret soul transference technique is really amazing. How can one be rejuvenated like this? Where is the person who invited him here? Which one of them knows the way to kill Emperor Qi? Jiang pointed his finger at Lu and said he was here. Lin asked, is this Minnow the one that sucks? Lu said Lin calls a 7th rank master who controls thunderclaps and lightning strikes a lame minnow. Does he think he can't handle the emperor? The king told them to stop and told them not to make a fuss and for everyone to come over to him. Zhou asked Wang if he could smell it. Wang said it's crazy fragrant. What does he think it smells like? Zhang looked at the city and said that this smell reminds him of dragon fish, which is very precious. Zhang said that they had come for their sword master. Let them surrender nicely and it would be over much faster. Zhang shouted that they knew there were 3 of them here. Let them all come out at once. But then they came out and Zhang asked who dared to take such liberties. Well guys, it seems like it's time to show how strong they are. Wang said, Master of the Sword. Hello again. There are still days in his memory when the emperor was favorable to him. But those times are gone and his dreams have been shattered by betrayal. He deserves to die. Zhang laughed and asked what was he trying to do now? Scare the poor old man with threats? Jian didn't know what he deserved. He should have been executed long ago, but Emperor Qi was too lenient on him. But even Zhenyu was given a chance to be saved if he would take his royal highness as his disciple and surrender all knowledge of the art of sword-wielding to the young prince. The emperor would promise to forget about all his disagreements in the past. What the hell is this? Stop this nonsense and get out of here. He has delicious fish for lunch today and they're in his way. Wang Napadai said, This is arrogance. Calling them a true sword master is a huge foolishness. But if he has something against it, let him check in person to see what kind of master he really is. Zhang didn't move away and took the attack on himself. Wang laughed and said, Is this all that the first sword master of Emperor Qi can do? Really? How ridiculous. Zhang attacked him from the dust and didn't humiliate himself. Wang was surprised at this turn and asked what was it, but then Wang felt a pain in his hand, and looking at him, he saw a chopstick that had pierced his hand. Wang said his magic weapon. The pitch is strong, very strong. Zhang said Wang is a fool. It's just his chopstick he was going to use to eat fish for lunch. In the hands of a true master, anything can become a deadly weapon, be it a sword or chopsticks. Zhang said that Wang is a complete idiot for not even bothering to know his opponent's strength before doing this. And after that, he thinks Zhang would go to the trouble of picking up a magic sword for him. Why the fuck is Zhang looking down on him? He's gonna kill him now. Zhang said he thinks they're not so smug anymore. He suggests they surrender if they want to survive. Lu said he's seen this guy before. Zhou Wuwang? Qing Yu's brother's militia? Is his brother's pay so bad that he decided to try his luck in this adventure? Zhang said that Lu is the blue demon, the messenger of the Prince of Darkness. Why is he here? Zhang thought, what the hell is he doing here? When he lived in the demon city, he bullied everyone when he saw, taking advantage of his position, and there was no help for him. He's been caught and punished a bunch of times, and he's taken it out on his teacher for his shenanigans. He hates him so much. Zhang said it was funny. He was so surprised to see them here, but inside he realized Lu knew who he was messing with. He's a tenacious bastard too. The king asked Lu how he knows this brat. He gets the impression that Lu knows half the empire personally. Lu said he was thinking the same thing. Why is he always meeting up with old acquaintances when he comes back to rest at home? Wang shouted to King Zhou to help him. This grandfather is too strong. Let them deal with him together. Wang asked Zhou why hadn't he dealt with those 2 yet. To hell with them. Let him help him with his grandfather. Lu shouted to Wang and called him a pig and told him if he could roll his lip back up. King Zhou is now on their side. Wang said, Lu, does he even know what he is carrying? Zhang said the king of the demon city, unfortunately everything is exactly like this, so he can tell Emperor Qi that he betrayed him and went over to Master Lu's side. Van was surprised and asked why. Their whole plan was falling apart like a house of cards, and immediately he was attacked. Lin said only that he had lost his last chance to escape. At least he deserved it since he was unable to withstand even such a simple strike from his technique. The guard reported to Emperor Qi that the scouts had brought news from the Lu kingdom. King Zhou's treason took the king of the demon city by surprise. The king said that everyone had betrayed him and he was all alone. Sword Master, King Zhou, father and son are very good. The emperor said he hasn't been out in 300 years. It seems everyone has forgotten what the emperor's anger is like. This time, he'll deal with it himself, and they'll wish they'd never been born. At this point, Lu was telling his story and saying how he did. Zhang said that he understood him. The king said Lu is an obedient boy. He is looking that Lu is going to walk this country up and down. Where did he learn the art of war? Why don't they do it directly? Lu said the old man is still dangerous, but try to wiggle your brain. Lu thought if his keeper was here, he didn't want to think either. But he remembered the little boy saying that Lu was coming home and would take the servant with him. Lu says he refuses. If he takes him with him, his father will die laughing at him. Lu said he would become a laughingstock. Let him give him his word that he will wait for him in the Qin region. His home is a backwater. There are hardly any masters there. He doesn't need his protection. Babe says Lu is a heartless and cruel king. Lu says yes. He is heartless and cruel. In the end, as soon as he arrived home, he angered the emperor. If he had known in advance, he would have brought him along. Lu said they won't talk about it. Do they know what Emperor Qi's strength level is? Has he reached the perfection of the emperor level? Jinya said that he didn't know and Qi never showed himself. He must have already learned most of the emperor level power. Lu said they'll figure it out. He prepared 2 tactics. Let's give the emperor a little welcome gift. Lu said that they will spread out the forces in this arena. Jiang said that this was a level 7 tactic. The last time they saw something like this was when they were still students. The king wondered how much she was worth. Looks like his own son. Ruining their family. Lu said to Qian, Kuan, son, DUI. Tetragonal earthquake, white tiger seal activate. The green dragon Qinglong. From the sea of frost with a tailwind came a sword to destroy the emperor. Magical algebra. Appear for battle with the emperor. It's done. Now they will wait for the emperor to appear. The emperor appeared and asked if the wretched creatures had been waiting for him. And today they will die for treason against the emperor, traitors. The king told the emperor it took him a long time to get here. Made them wait. The emperor asked, did they really unite? The emperor asked Lu what made them betray him. Swordmaster Ichio, he had been by his side as a friend for hundreds of years. Why would he choose to betray his Qi empire now? Jiang said that the emperor says that he is his friend, not his servant. Indeed, why would he decide to commit treason? The emperor said that King Zhou is a slippery man. He saved his life and he swore to be loyal to him always. Why did he betray him? Zhang said that at that moment he just pretended to be seriously injured to get close to him. There is a temple in the Purple Mountains where Caitian rules over people, and he's a member of the Caitian clan from the Qin region. Would he be loyal to him if it wasn't a clan assignment? The emperor said the Caixin clan, he had never heard of such a thing. What did they send him over for? Zhang said that the emperor was not worthy of knowing about the Caixin family. Just as he was not worthy of possessing Lu Qing's map. The emperor said that it was for Lu Qing's card from the beginning. And then he attacked and said that Zhang had dreamed and now he would die. Lu said Lucian? It sounds familiar to him. Is it really that hegemon-level lord from the Huangjarian? But then the emperor couldn't attack and hit the barrier. The emperor said, so is he the Lu Qinyu who has many tactics? The emperor said that his little level 5 barrier could stop the king. But if he expects it to withstand the emperor's strength, he's overconfident. The emperor said that all he needed was a slight blow and his barrier would fall. Lu said, of course, a level 5 barrier wouldn't be able to withstand the might of a formidable emperor. He was the one who was overconfident, launching him to such a distance with a level 7 technique. But then Lu launched an attack and the emperor flew backwards. Wondering how was this possible? The emperor thought that the 7th level technique from the sacred region, where did Lu Chang get it from? Where did a small independent kingdom get a level 7 technique from? This is impossible. I can't let him fool me. The emperor told Lu to stop bluffing. How can people like them have a level 7 technique? He'll sweep Lu out of his way. But then the emperor attacked again and made sure that it was indeed a 7th level technique, but it was only a barrier. A barrier of this level uses up 7 million soulstones per minute. He'll just wait until he uses up all his soulstones and get an easy victory. Lu said that even though he was poorer than him, but don't let the emperor worry, he had enough soul stones to maintain the barrier for a few years. But the emperor reminded him not to waste the soul stones. This barrier would take so much damage from him, it was time to use mortal combat. The emperor was surprised and knew. Possessing a single 7th level technique was already rare. How could he have more? And then the emperor was hit by a beam of fire, and his hand began to disappear and the holy artifact. Heavenly Emperor Hunt as well. But then Lin was surprised and said that the emperor was hiding his hand, and it turned out to be a holy artifact blocking 7th level techniques. Zhou felt the feeling that it must be a fake holy artifact mistaken by a fool for a real one. It looks like he also managed to capitalize on Lu's card. Lu asked the emperor, "Is this his trump card? This is simply sacrilege to the power of a true holy artifact." Lu said that the emperor was a stupid redneck. Did he really expect to use this crap to stop a level 7 Mortal Kombat? The emperor said, "Lu is talking nonsense, you ignorant child. This is definitely a true holy artifact. Let Lu think he's already lost. His death is only a matter of time." Lu attacked him and asked, did he think it was the limit of the 7th level power? It was only a warm-up. A level 7 death shot. Maximum power. Beginning attack. The emperor was surprised and said it was impossible. And dying, he said he cursed Lu, and the curse would kill him. The emperor had time to attack, and let the emperor's last will go. And Lu will now die with him. Lu said that even at the threshold of death, there was no way the emperor would shut up. And then he used the holy artifact of life and death. Let him give him protection. And then at this moment, Lu was able to counter his attack and said that he had underestimated the chi. Good thing his mentor had given him a protective artifact. The king approached Lu and asked, "Is he okay?" Lu said not to worry the old man, he was fine. Jiang said that the emperor's curse was frightening. It was a good thing that Lu had an artifact, if not he would have had one. Lu said that they had underestimated Emperor Qi. He had used a sacred level attack so unexpectedly. Did Ling Cheng catch his soul? He asked him what Lin was going to do to him. Lin said he killed his whole family, destroyed his body. He wants to destroy him, his soul, and only then can he satisfy his anger. Today he will wipe the emperor off the face of the earth. Lu said he was dead tired. Have the boys see if there were any of his minions left in town. He's gonna get some rest. Zhang told Heir Prince Lu that this is Emperor Qi's bag. Lu said to give it to him. He said he would see what was left of Emperor Qi. An imperial-level textbook? It's no use. He'll give it to the guards to play with. Lu said there's nothing else? He was such a beggar. It's not even a pity he died. Lu said that although the past emperor was a starving man, but from today, the emperor is his old man. Tomorrow, they will move to the Qi Emperor's palace. Starkey asked, had he become emperor so quickly? To leave right away. After the Qi Emperor was killed, King Lu became the ruler of the Qi Empire. No need to worry about it. But Prince Lu, what about Lu Qing's map? Lu said that he had just searched Emperor Qi's bag and didn't find anything like a map. Zhang said that the only thing left to do was to search the palace tomorrow. But it seems that Emperor Qi knew how valuable this map was, and had undoubtedly hidden it in some secret place. Before his fall, Lu Qing scattered 9 parts of the map leading to the tomb. Besides the Cation family, there are several other clans looking for the map pieces. Young Prince Lu is the senior apprentice of the master of his clan. Lu said that it was now clear why Emperor Qi ended up possessing the fake holy artifact. It was almost certainly because of Lu Qing's map that he found it. There must be true artifacts in that place. Many clans will try to get their hands on them. Taking advantage of the turmoil for profit, that's just my style, said Lu. Zhang understood, and said that Lu let him do whatever he wanted to do. The main thing is that it should not hurt his clan. On the outer imperial wall, Mujik said that everything is somehow quiet. Has His Majesty Emperor Qi punishment already stopped betrayal? Isn't that strange? His Majesty's spirit has disappeared? What has happened? Can it be that the Emperor has fallen? The man said it's impossible. His Majesty possesses Emperor-level strength. He simply can't die in this backwater Lu kingdom. The man said that it looked like His Majesty was using a camouflage technique so that outsiders couldn't spot him. The guy told the garbage man that he wanted to ask what happened there. Did the great Emperor Qi subdue the rebels? The guard said that this is utter nonsense. The Lu kingdom is unrivaled in this world. This lowly Emperor TS and was captured. The great Emperor is nothing but ashes. They can see for themselves. And then they were surprised to see the ashes. Lu was saying that the portal was ready, and they could go to the Qi Emperor's capital. The old man had reached the 5th level of alchemy, and it seemed incredible to him. He thought that so much had happened during their time as monks. They had only been gone for half a year, and the power over the Qi Empire had passed into the hands of the Lu family, which was to be expected by His Highness Lu Chun. Upon arriving at the Qi Emperor's palace, the guards said they had arrived, and greeted the guys by getting down on their one knee. The man said that he was Malao of the Bai family. come to greet Emperor Lu and Crown Prince Lu. Lu asked him, is he the negotiator here? He looked familiar. Had they met somewhere? Little said, over a month ago, the Crown Prince came to his arena to destroy the rebels. He was lucky enough to see him then. He sees that the Ui family has a sixth sphere of influence. Let Molo tell him what the situation in the capital is now. Little said that now the officials and common people already know about their exploits. They are scared. No one doubts that the imperial power will be theirs. But after the former Emperor Qi's brother learned of his death, he disappeared. Qi has the full strength of the king level. He will surely not stay silent. Lu thought and said he was a small fish, no need to pay attention. Let Malo take them to the emperor's treasury. Malo brought them over and said that this is Emperor Qi's palace. His treasury is probably somewhere inside. Lu said that the palace is certainly not bad. But is there a protective barrier? Little said that, as the prince can see, the whole palace is surrounded by barriers. It will be difficult to pass through. Zhang said, apparently it's a level 6 defense barrier, it will be difficult. Zhang said not to worry. It's only level 6. With his sword art, one strike would be enough. And then he used his sword art to get rid of the barrier. And then he said that his sword had broken through the barrier. But then he was surprised at how quickly the barrier recovered. Impossible. It's a combination of several level 6 barriers. That despicable emperor still has some money left. The barrier man looked at the barrier and saw that the brigands had come. They were only third-rate cultivators. They were nothing without the power of magic techniques. It was their turn to learn the power of the law. Lu said the old eunuch, very loud. Now the crown prince is going to shatter his defenses. The king said Lu is a little rascal, it's level 6 barriers after all. Lu said it doesn't matter. It is the earth spirit level 6 barriers. Lu said his mentor has them wiping in the bathroom with them. They're just trash. Let his father watch him destroy them. Lu began to say 1 Ken, 2 Kuan, 3 Zhen and 4 Sun. And in a moment he found a gap in the barrier. Lu said since he had found a gap, it was time to break down those barriers. The man looked on the inside and wondered how this guy could do it. Lu said he was very constipated once, and he looked at that toilet paper for a long time, so he's very good at it. If there's a gap, he can smell it in his ass. But then Lu saw that it wasn't that simple. There was a damn trap in the barrier, and led to an explosion. The king shouted to his son to move away. The boys were also worried about Prince Lu. What kind of treacherous person did this? Shouted for them all to die, brainless idiots. It's all a brilliant plan by Emperor Qi's son. The emperor's son told Lu, even if he could find a gap in the earth spirit level 6 barrier, he was still an ignorant dork. After all, mortal flesh is so fragile. Fools are doomed to die, said the son of Emperor Qi Han's son. The king shouted through the dust and looked for his son. The king said his son was dead. He will bury and destroy them along with this palace. Jian said that he would wipe the Qi Empire into dust. There would be nothing left alive for 1,000 li if King Lu died. Zhang saw that things were bad. If Lu died, the overlord of Qin Su Ying region would want to flood this world. But then Lu raised his hand through the dust and told the old man not to worry. He's fine. A level 6 red-hot trap can't hurt him. Lu realized that it was dangerous, but it was a good thing he had trained with Thunder Sphere strikes. Now techniques below level 7 hardly hurt him at all. The king told the sons that it was too dangerous. He was so close to that technique. Lu calmed the old man down and said he was fine. The emperor's son saw that Lu had escaped his trap. Let him wait. The next time they met he would beg for an easy death. The king asked, is this the barrier palm? And who is that suspiciously fleeing guy? Lu said he was the son of Emperor Qi. That was his plan. You can't underestimate him. Lu said it didn't matter anymore, he was just a stray dog now. But when they entered the house, everyone bowed and greeted Emperor Lu. The man said His Highness Crown Prince Lu Chun. The stupid slave did not recognize him. Lu asked him, is he only now asking for forgiveness? What was he doing before? Let the old eunuch get out of his way. The eunuch said His Highness should have mercy on him. The slave realized his mistake. Lu said he was so kind and merciful, and now he's going to give the eunuch another chance. Let him show him where the treasury is, and he'll spare him. The eunuch said that the prince had gone to the right man. The slave has served the Qi Emperor for over 30 years, and he knows everything here. He will guide him. The eunuch said it was the emperor's treasury, where he kept his personal belongings. Lu said it was only soul stones, a couple million of them. Lu said it totally sucks. Such a beggar. The beggars are richer than him. The eunuch said it's the taxes of the entire Qi Empire for half a year. Lu broke the soul stone and said that in addition his fake artifact also cost money. Jiang said that Qi Han's teleportation technique was very primitive and he was able to track him down. He teleported to the Kunki residence. Lu said the Kunk dynasty? They seem to have a good relationship with Emperor Qi. Let Jiang visit them. Lu told the old man to change the official name of the empire to the Lu Empire, and have him send invitations to the state foundation ceremony to all 8 kings, while he went to the Kunk kingdom and settle the score with them. The king said he knows himself, but Lu should be careful. Don't let people plot against him. Lu said okay, he won't lose to Qi Han. In Kunk's residence, the man saw that a portal from the Qi Empire had opened. Qi said that he was the son of the emperor and he had come to show his respect. Han said his father was killed and he is asking for their help. The man thought to himself to say he was busy and not accepting, suspended from mortal affairs and accepts no one. Let the guy leave immediately. Han said his father and the Lord were friends, and now that he's dead and needs help, they're washing their hands of him. The man said that the friendship between his father and their Lord was their own business. How dare such a petty boy speak of such a thing? Let him leave now, or the man himself would help him leave. Han saw that it was a cultivator with the level of a king daring to call him a minnow. You old bastard. Damn, Lu, said Han. Damn Kunk dynasty. They will soon know what treachery is. So Yuli decided that becoming his brother would be a good idea. What if Lazier refuses? Is this the residence of the Kunk dynasty? It looks kind of poor. The man asked, who dares to say that? What kind of disrespect is that? Lu said he was a stupid old man. He was the one who killed Emperor Qi. He came here to find and behead Qi Han. But then a voice told the man to old man Qin, let them in. Qin said this is the Lord's domain. He wants to see this madman. Lu told them to give him Qi Han, and don't piss him off. The man said they came late. Qi was already gone. But also his lord wishes to see Lu. Let them enter her. Lord Kuan Yen is already waiting for him. Kuan thought, how was this guy able to defeat the emperor? Qin said, if the overlord had doubts about him, then let the servant escort him out. The lord said they would now see what was so special about him, and then the lord would decide if he was worthy of an audience. The lord said that he was entrusting it to him, Kuan. Lu asked Kuan, what is he doing? Their lord invited them and he is stopping them. How dare this rascal stop them? Did he go against the Lord's will? Kuan said it's dumb talk. He can't let mediocre people in to see the overlord. If he doesn't show him his prowess, he won't forgive them. Aren't they wimps sick of provoking him yet? Kuan said, Lu is crazy. He will let him feel the power of the sacred peacock. Lu started laughing and said he thought Kuan had some kind of trump card. And this turns out to be just a costume. That's just a rant. The peacock's sacred cloak is capable of both attacking and defending. No one can tear it. If he is really so talented, then let him try to do so. Lu said that was too bad. He certainly has talent. Kuan said that the peacock cloak was the main artifact of the peacock demon. But he just happens to have that demon's feather. Kuan said the unified beginning. The peacock cloak would be able to protect against the feather of the peacock demon. Lu yelled for the jerk in the peacock's suit to bite out, but then the overlord caught the attack at the very end and said that the peacock feather was indeed capable of destroying the sacred peacock cloak. The lord said that there was one such peacock feather in the entire world, and it had to be his disciple Kuan's. The boy asked Lu where he got the feather from. A person with a level lower than emperor can't use a feather to attack. This guy's only an exalted level. But his strength is so great. Lu said that Kuan was one of their Kunkyu dynasty, but you couldn't tell right away. When they were in the Thunder Palace, he directly bowed down to him. They had such a good relationship. This demon peacock feather is the proof. Lu said that when Kuan first arrived at the Thunder Palace, he was very sad because of the old-timers and cackled over him. And then Lu said that he got very angry when he saw this. He protected this man by putting all his enemies in their place. His gratitude was immeasurable. Not only did he give him the family artifact, but he also told him about the sacred peacock cloak. But he's Lu Chun, he didn't help people for gifts. Today he will return this feather to their clan. The clan thought he was talking nonsense. You can't just give back what you gave away. He's playing the benefactor. The guy said that, in that case, he misunderstood the crown prince. The crown prince had taken care of his disciple Kuin. He was infinitely grateful. The Lord thought that this guy at this age was already in the Thunder Palace. No doubt, his strength is immense. There's no need to confront him. The Lord said on behalf of the entire Kuin dynasty to apologize to him. Crown Prince Lu. Chi Han was in their palace recently, but he kicked him out. He doesn't know where Han is now, but he will instruct people to help Prince Lu in his search. Lu said that he was grateful to the Lord. In his head, he thought that this Lord was really smart since he decided to help him in his search. The Lord said everything was ready and wished a good journey to the Crown Prince. But then Lu saw someone teleporting again. Their Kuin palace is lively today. A guy of Emperor Lu's level said that he came to Kuin's place to eat at his expense. He won't hide from him today. Has he already prepared treats for him? Kuin said he's a pig. All he thinks about is food. Disappear quickly. He's preventing Crown Prince Lu from teleporting. Lu said Lu Chun. That name sounds familiar to him. Such a nasty feeling. Let me see. Where did he hear that name? He directly senses something bad. Lu showed him his fingers and told the old man what he needed. Lu said he remembered. Ching-chung. Since the day she came back, she has been talking non-stop about her brother mentor Lu Chung, the most handsome man in the last 1,000 years. But Lu's ugly. He's probably just the same name. So he'll let him go. Lu said hello and said that he actually has a sister mentor named Lu. He's the one who seduced his loving daughter. Lu said, so he's the sister's father, molested? There could be a mistake. Lu said that he heard that Lu invited his daughter to dinner in the sacred city, and then set up a powerful barrier afterward. Is that let him tell me what they were doing inside? Lu remembered her and told his uncle to listen to him. The girl told her father that he had lost his mind again. Let him let go of mentor Lu's little brother. The girl said that hadn't she already told him that her mentor had just invited her to eat and given her stuff there.